Roco Radio baseball coverage of the Rockingham County Cougars will start in 2 minutes. Tonight's broadcast of Rock Solid Baseball will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tonight's coverage of Rockingham County Cougar baseball will start in 1 minute. Tonight's Sandy Cross General Merchandise pregame show, getting you ready for first pitch, will start in 30 seconds. The following is a presentation of Roco Radio Sports. Rock solid tradition. Excellence on the field, at the plate, and on the mound. This is your home for Cougars baseball. Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com.
The 1-2 outside part of the plate for strike three. He is him. 6 straight strikeouts for Cole Behe. Normally takes his time on the mound, now stepping out from the delivery. The 1-2. Right there on the slider, strike three. Caught him looking like a house on the side of the road. Brings up Ethan Bognar. That's hit hard in the center field. That's going to get past Rubio, and it's out of here. A ground rule double. A bunt attempt from Rumley's pulled back to throw down. Bognar with the steal, number 19 on the season. Garcia with a decent lead at second. Here's the offering from Atkins with 2 runners on. That's laced into center field. It's down for a base hit. It gets past the center fielder, Rubio. All the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Garcia will score. Matthews will score as well. A 2 RBI double for the leadoff man, Nate Revis. Hudson Deal right on the plate. Leans over it. The 3-2. And that is hit hard into left field, into the gap. It'll roll to the wall. Rubio will pick it up off the fence.
Just an absolute rope to the gap. And that's driven.
Ball drilled deep into left field, in left center, way back and out of here. Hudson Deal's the real deal.
Rock Solid Baseball is on the air and powered by Sandy Cross General Merchandise, serving the Sandy Cross community, Rockingham County, and surrounding areas of our beautiful Piedmont Triad since 1988. Rockingham County's community store at 164 Boyd Road in the Sandy Cross community of Rockingham County, celebrating our 36th anniversary. Stop by Sandy Cross General Merchandise for fresh ice and local pure brand gasoline with the greatest price in Rockingham County for 93 non-ethanol. Sandy Cross General Merchandise is also your niece's sausage headquarters with great value for Rockingham County. To find out more about the Log Cabin Store, Visit us on Facebook by searching Sandy Cross General Merchandise. We now bring you inside the Sam Jones Baseball Complex for the Sandy Cross General Merchandise pregame show as we get you ready for first pitch. Take a look around the Mid-State 3A Conference, break down tonight's pitching matchup, and visit with Cougar skipper Zach Apple. Let's head down to the field for Cougars baseball on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com.
Win and you're into the second round. It's as simple as that. Hello and welcome to the NCHSAA 3A West opening round of the playoffs here on this 2025 season from the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. It is the number 4 Rockingham County Cougars and the number 29 Kings Mountain Mountaineers here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Glad to have you along as we bring you the Sandy Cross General Merchandise pregame show and get you ready for first pitch. I'm Joe Dexter telling your play-by-play story for this opening round matchup. For Kings Mountain, 10-12 on the season, 6-4 at home, but on the road 4-6 overall, finishing 8-6 overall in the Big South 3A Conference, a conference that got 5 teams into the playoffs here in the 3A West. For the Cougars, they've won 6 straight. They're 13-0 here at home at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex this season. The number 4 seed looks to continue their march as they take on a different look outside of the Mid-State 3A Conference. Coming up in your pregame show, brought to you by Sandy Cross General Merchandise, we'll have a conversation with the skipper, Zach Apple. That's coming up in just a bit. We'll take a look at your pitching matchup, your batting orders as well. We'll take a look around the bracket and get you ready for other playoff action. We'll keep you up to date on scores as well throughout our broadcast. And just a courtesy reminder that you can listen in to our softball coverage today as McMichael hosts Brevard at McMichael High School. That's taking place right now. The pregame show underway, brought to you by Two Rivers Plaza and Cooler Ice. On this one for Kings Mountain, an offense that is young, but they've got one big bopper in Carter Roberts, the A&T commit in right field today, batting third. What Roberts has done this season, hitting .417, a .608 on-base percentage, a 1.379 OPS, 20 for 48 at the plate with 23 RBIs and 4 home runs. Patient at the plate, a smooth lefty swing, 21 walks on the season as well for Roberts. He'll be the guy to watch, especially for the Rockingham County defense and Nick Rumley on the mound. Your pitching matchup will break it down even further coming up in just a bit, but on the mound for visiting Kings Mountain is Wesley Turner, a guy who's with 8 appearances and 7 starts, and for your Rockingham County Cougars, it's the 6'6" big Nick Rumley on the hill in this playoff matchup. Round number 1, glad to have you along here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. So for Kings Mountain on this season, wins over Stuart Kramer and South Point. Those are the only 2 wins. Those are conference wins, by the way, splitting with both teams. Those are only 2 wins of the season with teams that finished over 500. But they played very tough competition throughout the season, starting with Kramer, who's in the playoffs. Crest, who's the number 2 seed, 2 losses to them. East Rutherford, the number 1 team in the 2A West. RS Central, the 12th team in the 2A West. Cherryville, the number 1 team in the 1A West. And East Lincoln, the 13th seed here in the 3A West. So a squad that's experienced with playoffs as well. 8-12 in the playoffs since 2008. Led by manager Will Sellers in his 3rd season, a 46-26 overall record. A team 2 years ago that made it to the regional finals in the 3A West. And for your Rockingham County Cougars, fresh off their first conference tournament win since 2016. Back-to-back regular season conference champs in the Mid-State 3A, a 19-0 win over Smith in round 1, 19 runs in 2 innings. In the semis, a 12-0 win over Atkins. Nick Rumley on the mound, 13 strikeouts and 17 batters faced. No hits in that matchup. And Hudson Deal, the real deal, doing it what he does at the plate. 2 RBIs, a triple in the first with those 2 RBIs, and then an RBI single in the second. Brady Ross was 4 for 4 in the semis and 3 runs scored. Gavin Coots, a 2 RBI double in the second, and Rumley drove in 2 on his own accord, a single with the bases, and drove in a run on a walk with the bases loaded. Luke Strittmatter in that game also had an RBI double in the first. Then it was on to the Conference Tournament Championship on Friday, a 12-0 win. Bryson Apple, 3 RBIs, as well as Hudson Deal with 2 RBIs in that matchup. Nate Revis was 4 for 5 at the plate, eclipsing 100 hits in his career. The tournament MVP on the mound, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. For the Cougars, their toughest losses are against very talented squads in the 4A. A loss to West Forsyth, the 5th seed in the 4A West, 6-3. And early in the season, a loss to Millbrook, the number 13 team in the 4A West as well. Make it the number 14 team at 18-9 overall. So that's your matchup. A look at both of these teams as we get ready for the first round. It's number 4 versus number 29. Your Rockingham County Cougars against Kings Mountain. We're ready for first pitch coming up here in just a bit. Break down that pitching matchup, but let's take a look at the 3A West bracket. Number 1 seed East Rowan, the defending champs at 22-5, take on Dudley at 14-11. Number 16 South Point takes on Jesse Carson. Number 17 seed, the 8 seed High Brighton takes on Lake Norman Charter. 9 seed Parkwood at 10-14 with the 9 seed. That's why these conference auto bids will be glad to get rid of them next year. Number 9 seed and 10-14 record taking on West Henderson, who's 11-11, the 24 seed. North Lincoln, the number 5 seed, taking on the 28 seed Smoky Mountain. North Iredell taking on Hickory, the 21 seed. North Iredell at the 12 seed. East Lincoln, the 13 seed, taking on North Henderson. 18-6 for East Lincoln, 15-9 for North Henderson. Your Rockingham County Cougars taking on Kings Mountain. 3 Tuscola, 18-5, taking on Ashe County, who was 10-14. Central Davison, the number 14 seed, 18-8 overall, taking on Kramer, the 16 at 16-7, and the number 19 seed. Reynolds High School, the number 6 seed at 14-9, taking on Pisgah, who's 11-10. On the season, the number 27 seed, West Rowan, the number 1 RPI team in the 3A West, lands the 11 seed with 10 conferences, automatic getting those bids. A 23-4 record taking on Ledford, a high school who's 15-11, the 22 seed. Other matchups, North Davidson taking on Franklin, the number 7 seed versus the number 26 seed. North Davidson just 11-15 on the season. Franklin at 12-9, 16-8. West Mecklenburg gets the 10 seed against 23 St. Stephen's, who's 14-9. Oak Grove, who's been hot as of late, 14-10 overall, the 15 seed, taking on number 18 North Gaston, 15-3 overall on the year, and number 2 Crest at 20-4, taking on number 31 South Rowan. So here's where the conference issues stir up a little bit of passion and drama. The number 9 seed, Parkwood. The number 7 seed, North Davidson, have worse records than the number 31 seed, South Rowan, at 13-11, and the number 32 seed, Dudley, at 14-11 overall. So that's something that will go away with no conference auto bids, with the split conferences a lot of times creating those issues. In this case, one split conference issue with the number 9 seed Parkwood in a split conference, but North Davidson not, in 11-15. And it doesn't really necessarily ruin a team not getting into the playoffs. If you break down the bracket and you look at the 3A West RPI outside of 32, it's not like there was a team out there that was well-deserving that didn't get in. What it does do is squeeze, though, the middle seeds in facing a very tough team. You got the 11th seed West Rowan, the number 1 team in RPI at 23-4 at the 11th seed. So those second rounds and those third rounds become even tougher than maybe they would have been if it was seeded properly without those conference auto bids. So we'll see how that plays out next year. It'll be interesting to follow that and see how it plays out. So that's a look at your 3A West bracket here on Roco Radio, RocoRadio.com, as we get you ready for first pitch. It's number 29 Kings Mountain. You're taking on your Rockingham County Cougars, the number 4 seed in the 3A West. Well, before we hear from manager Zach Apple, let's take a look at some of the record watch going on here in this playoff race. Well, we have some records broken. The shutouts in a season 9 for Rockingham County, breaking the old record set by the 1994 squad. Runs scored in this season, 343, shattering the old record of 289 set by the last year's Moorhead Panthers. most consecutive shutouts, 3. That old record is 2 by several other schools, but 3 coming here at the end of the season and into the conference tournament for the Rockingham County Cougars against Northeast, getting a shutout on senior night, and then back-to-back wins on shutouts against Smith as well as Atkins. Sets the record for most consecutive shutouts. Triples at 22. Old record was 12, set by the 1998 Moorhead Panthers. Most consecutive hits, 22 for Hudson Deal in most consecutive games, that is. The old record, 14, set by Jeremy Revis in 2006. Stolen bases in a season, 27 by Britton Barnes last year with the Moorhead Panthers. That was broken by Ethan Bognar, who has 31 on the season. Some records that are being chased right now. 281 hits. That's 27 away from the 2009 McMichael record of 308. The Cougars averaging 11 per game. Doubles 54, that's 8 away from the 2009 McMichael record of 62. That 2009 McMichael squad going and winning a state championship. RBIs in a season, 43, set by Josh Stewart of Rockingham County and on that 96 state championship team. And Hudson Deal is at 39. He's 5 away from breaking that record. Career RBIs is 73, 15 away from Craig Erskine of McMichael's record, setting 88 career RBIs is Huddy. Runs in a season as well is on that record-chasing watch. 46 by George Barber in 1996 is the most in county history on that state championship squad. Luke Stripmatter sits at 40. Nate Revis at 37, as well as Brady Ross and Hudson Deal at 36. So there's a good chance that that record will be broken by the end of the playoffs. That's your record watch here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com as we get you ready for first pitch. It's number 29, Kings Mountain, and number 4, Rockingham County. Let's hear from manager Zach Apple here on your Sandy Cross General Merchandise pregame show.
It's a conversation with the skipper here in the first round of the playoffs, brought to you by Sandy Cross General Merchandise. Here on your pregame show, as we're joined with manager Zach Apple of your Cougars. Coach, it's playoff time, 1 through 9 and on the mound. What's the message to the guys with it's either win or go home?
Just taking care of their job. It's been the same thing that we've talked about all year. I know it probably sounds like a broken record, but if we do the little things, the big things take care of themselves. Just making sure we're in the spots that we're supposed to be in, competitive in at-bats, just passing the bat on to the next guy, and just relying on their teammates to get the job done.
That's the game of baseball. Everybody likes the home runs, but you got to go station to station in order to have success continuously.
Of course, we've talked about it all year long. Our scores have been a little bit ballooned, but our guys know going in, it's 1-2 run ball games at the most, usually in the playoffs. You might slip up and have a big inning here or there, but you're not usually going to have anything over maybe a 5-3 ball game. So just making sure we execute the little things, moving runners, doing the small ball stuff, taking the extra bags when we can, and taking advantage of every run that we can get.
Coach, on the mound, Nick Rumley, I was talking about batter to batter, but pitch to pitch when you're on the mound matters in the playoffs. And so far in the last 2 starts for Nick, he's really done a good job with that. What are you expecting from him on the mound?
I mean, hopefully I'm expecting another quality a Nick Rumley start. Just getting out there grinding. He's a student of his craft. He's a guy that learns things off of a hitter's swings. We trust him a lot on calling his game, seeing what he sees out of hitters, knowing what he feels, and just dominating the strike zone and us playing good defense behind him.
How important at this time of the year are in-game adjustments for your players?
In-game adjustments are huge. They can be the make or break, that one run we talked about. Just doing those little things, seeing things, being unselfish. The adjustment may not be to get the hit, but the adjustment may be to poke a ball to the backside, taking out to move a guy up, making sure that we're scoring him when we can.
Coach, and what do you see in these Kings Mountain squad that you're taking on? Seem to be pretty athletic and young, but they've got some good hitters.
Definitely a young group from what we've seen, but it's the playoffs. There's nothing that you can underestimate on guys. The minute you do is the minute you're sitting at home and watching them play the rest of the year. So they're a quality group. Obviously, they're scrappy. They're going to put the ball in play against us and keep it around the zone, and we're just going to have to do our job and worry about us more than we are them.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's manager Zach Apple, 60-17 over his 3 seasons here at Rockingham County, leading the way for his team. That's hitting .398 on the season, 510 on base percentage, 281 hits, 85 extra base hits, 30% of their hits of the extra base hit variety. That offense will look to go against starter Wesley Turner of Kings Mountain. 8 appearances, 7 starts, a 2-3 record, a 4.71 ERA, and 38 and 2/3 innings pitched, 44 hits, given up 28 walks and 24 strikeouts. So Turner will go on the hill for Kings Mountain in the bottom half of the first inning. In the top half, it's big Nick Rumley, the 6'6" UNC commit. He gets the start, 9 appearances, 8 starts on the season. Your Tuesday starter here in the playoffs, a 5-2 record, a 2.37 ERA, 38 and 1/3 innings pitched, 23 hits given up, 77 strikeouts to 27 walks. Hitters hitting just .165 on the season, a 72% weak percentage on contact so far this year on the mound for the righty. And the big numbers that have changed, the last 2 starts combined, 8 innings pitched, 2 walks, 20 strikeouts. 20 of the 28 batters he's faced, he sat down. The first pitch strike percentage for Nick on the season was at 58%. But he really adjusted, as you could hear on our broadcast, to throwing that first pitch strike and taking control of the at-bat. He threw a first pitch strike in 72% of the batters he faced against Northeast Guilford in his last outing in the regular season, and in his final start in the semis against Atkins, he threw a 71% clip of first pitch strike against Atkins. Previous 8 walks scored in his 7 starts. 8 walks that he had ended up scoring in his previous 7 starts before those 2 starts. 9 leadoff walks this season, 0 in the last 2 appearances. A running and scoring position average, too, of .229. So if you do get somebody in scoring position, hold tight. Nick Rumley is on the mound in round number 1. Coming up in just a bit, we'll have your batting orders and get you ready for our first pitch as the managers meet at home plate with tonight's umpires. On the right side, on the left side is manager Will Sellers of Kings Mountain in his 3rd season, a 46-26 record. The Gardner-Webb all-time saves leader. And Rockingham County's Zach Apple on the right side, a 60-17 record in his 3rd season here at Rockingham County. We'll take you down to the field here in just a bit with your starting batting orders, and we'll bring you the Star Spangled Banner. And first pitch is right around the corner here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. It is 23-2 Rockingham County, hosting Kings Mountain 10-12 on the season. The number 29 seed, number 28 overall in the RPI rankings at the end of the season. Rockingham County at number 7 in the final RPI rankings, the number 4 seed in the 3A West tournament. As we get ready for the playoffs, we're just moments away from the first pitch of the 2nd season for these Cougars. Can't wait. Glad to have you along. Of course, you can listen in on Substack, RocoRadioSports.substack.com. You can listen in as well on Facebook, Facebook.com/Radio Rockingham, and on YouTube by searching for Roco Radios. Our managers shake hands with tonight's umpires and head to their respected dugouts, and we get ready for our announcements on the field. We'll bring you down to the field, our PA announcer, Joey Page.
Good afternoon. Welcome out to Sam Jones Baseball Complex here at Rockingham County High School for tonight's first round 3A West tournament game between the visiting Kings Mountain Mountaineers and your Rockingham County Cougars. At this time, we'll call both teams out to the field for the national anthem. First, for the visiting Mountaineers. Their subs first, number 24, Gavin Mannion. Number 6, Vance Johnson. Number 11, Derek Bonifat. Number 31, Will Acuff. Number 21, Ethan Tran. Number 12, Aiden Smith. And number 42, Braden Morissette. Now for the starting lineup, leading things off, number 7, the center fielder, Luke Hefner. Batting second, number 3, the catcher, Lawson Kennedy. Batting third, right fielder, number 5, Carter Roberts. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 2, Wesley Turner. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 23, KJ Bale. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 1, Jordan Buckner. Batting seventh, the DH, number 4, Cole Groves. Playing left field, number 33, KB Richards. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 10, Mason Wright. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 8, Lincoln McDaniel. And now for your Cougars. First, the reserves. Number 17, Jake Macy. Number 26, Henrik Borkheim. Number 8, Mauro Garcia. Number 9, Gavin Goots. Number 18, Jay Rebb. Number 20, Dylan Long. Number 21, Alex Page. Number 10, Brady Hicks. And Ernesto Ramirez. Now for your starting lineup for the Cougars. Leading things off, playing second base, number 4, Nate Redis. Batting second, playing left field, number 7, Brady Ross. Batting third, playing first base, number 15, Hudson Deal. Batting fourth, shortstop, number 13, Bryson Apple. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 1, Luke Stripmatter. Batting sixth, your catcher, number 12, Gage Rakestraw. Batting seventh on the mound tonight, number 3, Nick Rumley. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 5, Carter Matthews. Batting ninth, third baseman, number 11, Cole Behe. At this time, please stand if you are able and remove your hats as Logan Watkins performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, they were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' ray glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag, it was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner as we get ready for first pitch here in round 1 of the NCHSAA 3A West playoffs. It's number 29, Kings Mountain, and your Rockingham County Cougars, the number 4 team in the 3A West. We are ready for ball here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex as Nick Rumley takes his warm-up pitches. Let's take a look around the defense for your Rockingham County Cougars here in the top half of the first inning. Cole Behe is at third base today. Bryson Apple is at short. Nate Revis is at second. Hudson Deal is at third base for the Cougars. They're at first base, typically at third base. In the outfield from left to right, Brady Ross is in left. Luke Stripmatter is in center. And Carter Matthews is in right. Combined, those three have just 3 errors on the season. A double play as well between the three. Brady Ross with a double play in the regular season against Atkins in left field. Luke Strittmatter is perfect out there. 16 total chances, 16 putouts in center field. Batting order for Kings Mountain, hitting .272 on the season, a .401 on-base percentage, 158 hits, 35 extra base hits. Luke Hefner leads things off in center field. Lawson Kennedy, the catcher, will hit second. Hitting third is the batter to watch, the A&T commit right fielder Carter Roberts from the right side, or left side. Wesley Turner hits fourth. The pitcher hitting fifth is KJ Bell at short. Hitting sixth is Jordan Buckner at third. Cole Groves hits seventh. He's the DH today. Mason Wright is at first. He hits eighth. And the second baseman, Lincoln McDaniel, hits ninth. For Kings Mountain in their black road uniforms with white pinstripes, white numbering and lettering, yellow trim, and yellow belts. Black batting helmets for Kings Mountain. For your Cougars, the black uniforms, the black hat with the Cougar logo in the front. Cougars inscribed in cursive across the chest. White pants today with the black pinstripe down the legs. A no-hitter in his last outing for Nick Rumley. 13 strikeouts, 17 batters faced. He steps to the back of the mound, crouches, does a little prayer, and now heads to the rubber for the first pitch of this ball game. Round one of the 3A West playoffs. Number 29, Kings Mountain. Number 1, Rockingham County. First pitch is a slider outside at 6:01 p.m. Game time temperature today, 72 degrees, sunny skies, wind gust up to 16 miles an hour. The wind blows out to left as we start this one, and a 2-0 count for Hefner. Hefner, the leadoff hitter in center field, hitting .351 on the season. Provides some speed on the base pass if he does reach 14 stolen bases. Things start off a 3-0 count for Rumley. Righty versus righty, really close to the plate is Hefner, right on the chalk on the right side. The toe touches the chalk as he takes the first strike of the at-bat, 3-1. Rumley puts the glove in front of his face, works from the delivery, the 3-1, just outside with the fastball, and Hefner draws a walk. The first at-bat is 9th of the season. Brings up Lawson Kennedy, who's at catcher today. The freshman hitting .231 on the season, but a .364 on-base percentage, 17 RBIs on the year. So that's the first walk Rumley has issued in his last 3 appearances. Hefner with a decent lead at first. Dale covers. In just a bit is Behe at the cut of the grass at third. Ground ball, the second on the first pitch of the at-bat. Rivas looks to second, makes the tag, the throw to first. Off the bag is Deal. He can't make the play on the throw, just wide towards right. But they get the out on the force. Nice play by Rivas.
Kennedy reaches on the field. Troy Hebner on the second for the first out. Now batting number 5, Carter Roberts. On deck, number 2, Wesley Turner.
Brings up the big lefty, Carter Roberts in right field. Hitting .417, a .608 on base percentage, a 1.379 OPS, 4 home runs, 5 doubles, 23 RBIs, patient at the plate as well, 21 walks so far this season in 22 games for Kings Mountain. First pitch of the at-bat from Rumley, drops in the zone for a strike, 0-1. That's the way to start things. As we mentioned, 71% first pitch percentage in his outing, first pitch strike percentage in his outing against Atkins in the semis of the conference tournament, and 70% first pitch strike on senior night against Northeast Guilford in his outing from the pen. As that one is inside, 1-1 to Roberts, heading to NCA&T at the end of this year. Hefner takes a decent lead at first base to the cut of the grass. 1-1. Third base side for Rumley. Looks down to his catcher. Rake Straw. Here's the offering. Slider cuts inside. It's fouled off the inside part of the bat of Roberts. Back on a dribbler to the dugout. 1-2. One down, Revis on a tag on the runner trying to advance to second, the fielder's choice. Runner at first is Kennedy. Here's the 1-2. Foul line drive. Back to the home dugout. Off the fence, 1-2. It stays. The big lefty Roberts hitting .417, but in a 1-2 count. Rumley shakes off the sign from Rake, and now a timeout called at home plate from Roberts. He brings the whole package, he will, to NCA&T. 17 stolen bases on the season as well. Deal covers at first base. The throw back from Rumley. A tag, and back in time is Kennedy. Kennedy on first. A ground out to second. The fielder's choice as Hefner reached on a walk to start this game. 0-0 score here in the top half of the first inning. Glove to the waist for Rumley. Now offers home. Slider catches the outside part of the plate. Strike three. Caught him looking. Big first strikeout for Rumley, makes it 2 outs. Runner on first, and brings up Wesley Turner, who's pitching today for Kings Mountain, hitting .297, the senior on the season, .427 on base, 12 RBIs, 19 for 64 at the plate. He'll hit from the right side. Right up against that chalk on the right side, middle of the box. Waggles the bat towards home plate as Rumley sets. From the stretch, and a runner on first base, 2 down. High fastball outside, taken all the way, 1-0. 5 doubles on the season, 12 RBIs for the senior Turner. Slightly crouched stance, the 1-0. Darts into the zone, started inside to the righty, and goes right to the outside, inside part of the plate. Even it up 1-1. Kennedy waves his hands at first base. Deal covers the bag with 2 down. From the stretch, Rumley's pitch, runner on the move. It's a pitch out. Throw down by Rakestraw, not in time. It's going to go into the outfield and center. Crowed back up by Stripmatter, though. Holds the runner at second. So a stolen base for Kennedy. That is his second of the season. He's in scoring position now with 2 down. Only man to worry about is at the plate, though, Turner with 2 down. Here's the 2-1 from Rumley. Goes with that slider. It's way off the plate. Sliding to one knee is Rakestraw to keep it in check. 3-1 the count. Kings Mountain drawing to a 3-1 count for the second time in this half inning. Rumley looks to second, long look. Now the offering home. Goes slider off the plate, misses. Second walk of the half inning for Rumley. And it'll bring up the number 5 hitter, KJ Bell, the shortstop, who's had a great year for a freshman, a guy that they look to on the mound. We might see him later in this outing. But at the plate, hitting .250, a .384 on base percentage, 6 doubles, 12 walks. First meeting between these two teams in the Max Preps era since 2008, but these teams met in the state championship in 1989. Kings Mountain winning both matchups at their own field, Lancaster Field, 8-6 and 10-0 back in '89. So runners move up to second and third on the cut and miss swing, but it gets back to the backstop. So Turner at second, and it's Kennedy at third. 2 down, 1-0 count. The righty Bell at the plate. Here's the 1-0 outside with the slider. Looks like Nick's having a hard time locating that breaking piece. He'll reel it in, though. 2-0. Runners on second and third for Kings Mountain. Top half the first inning, 0-0 score. 2 down. Rumley with a 2-0 count. The freshman KJ Bell, and the next pitch sails out of the zone, 3-0. Nick's going to ask for a different baseball here. He'll get one from the home plate umpire, and it's offered to him by his catcher, Gage Rakestraw. That has been a minute. I was 3 years old, Molina, in 1989. Here's the 3-0 from Rumley. Actually, they'll make it. It must have been 2-1, now 3-1. Backhand stop by Rake. 3-1 count, runners on second and third. Popped up foul, jammed him. It goes behind the press box and out of play. 1989, that team featured Lonnie Galloway and several other Cougars. Of course, Lonnie coaching with Clemson. Were finished third in their conference, but went on a tear in the playoffs to make a state championship. Runners on second and third, nothing score. Here's the payoff from Rumley. Caught the edge, strike 3 on the slider. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks in the first half frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base for Kings Mountain as we head to the bottom of the first here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Sandy Cross General Merchandise, serving the Sandy Cross community, Rockingham County, and surrounding areas of our beautiful Piedmont Triad since 1988. Rockingham County's community store at 164 Boyd Road in the Sandy Cross community of Rockingham County, celebrating our 36th anniversary. Stop by Sandy Cross General Merchandise for fresh ice and local pure brand gasoline with the greatest price in Rockingham County for 93 non-ethanol. Sandy Cross General Merchandise is also your niece's sausage headquarters with great value for Rockingham County. To find out more about the Log Cabin Store, find us on Facebook by searching for Sandy Cross General Merchandise. Glad to have you along as we start the bottom half of the first inning. Nothing score here in round 1, number 29, Kings Mountain, and number 1, Rockingham County. Let's take a look at the defense for Kings Mountain. Starting at third is Jordan Bunkner. At short is K.J. Bell. Lincoln McDaniel gets the start at second, and Mason Wright is at first base. In the outfield from left to right, KB Richards is in left. Luke Hevner is in center. Carter Roberts is in right. Behind the plate is Lawson Kennedy for Wesley Turner. 8 appearances on the season, 7 starts, a 2-3 record, 4.71 ERA, 38 2/3 innings pitched, 44 hits, 28 walks to 24 strikeouts. He's given up 4 home runs on the season. Leading things off for Rockingham County will be Nate Revis. Your starting batting order today. Nate Revis is at second. Brady Ross is in left, hitting second. Hitting third is Hudson Deal at first. Hitting fourth is Bryson Apple, the shortstop. Center fielder Luke Strittmatter hits fifth. Hitting sixth is Gage Rakestraw, the catcher. Pitcher Nick Rumley hits seventh. In right field, Carter Matthews hits eighth, and Cole Behe, the third baseman, hits ninth. 100 hits in his career. Last time he took the field, Nate Revis, in 77 varsity games as he steps in on the right side, hitting .424 on the season. Turner's first pitch is down the plate. Breaking ball popped up to short. Under it is Bell to make the catch. Brings up Brady Ross. Ross in left field. Having a great season, .434 on the season, 33 for 76. In his last 4 games, he's been on a tear, hitting 8 for 11, 9 runs scored, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 3 stolen bases. Let's keep that going, Brady. Nobody on. 1 down. Nothing score. Bottom half of the first inning. Turner, the righty, delivers opposite way, diving and making the catch in right field. Diving towards the infield was the right fielder Roberts. Good play. Brings up Hudson Deal at first base today. Huddy second in the 2A West on average with 557 average. Second on base percentage, hitting 656. 5 home runs on the season. That's third in the 2A West. First pitch is a breaking ball that doesn't break. Stays at the shoulders inside, and Huddy takes all the way. His 1.056 slugging percentage is first in the 3A West. A 22 straight game hit streak, RBI or more in 20 of the 25 games this season. Takes outside. He's ahead 2-0. Turner, if you're a fan of today's Major League Baseball, similar delivery to Tarek Skubal. High leg kick. Brings it back down. Line drive down the line. Left field. It's fair. Rounding first is Huddy. He digs in with the cleats. He's in standing up at second. A double with 2 outs. I get this offense going here in the bottom half of the first. Make it 23 for Huddy. 23 straight. And it brings up Bryson Apple, who's moved into that 4 slot here late in the season. Had a good tourney in the conference tourney, 4 of 8, 7 RBIs. Runner at second base is Hudson Deal after the double. 2 outs. High leg kick and offering by Turner is inside, taken for a ball, 1-0. Patient at the plate the last 2 at-bats. Getting ahead, 1-0 in each AB. Huddy got ahead 2-0. We'll see if Bryson can too. Pitch just catches the edge for strike 1-1. Apple hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. He's got a runner at second base, 2 down. Here's a pitch from Turner. It's in the dirt opposite batter's box. Good take, 2-1. Bryson steps out of the box. Now back in. Back foot near the chalk line on the back of the batter's box here on the right side. Straight up stance. Hitters count 2-1 with a runner on second. Goes opposite way. High fly ball into right field. Roberts takes steps in and makes the basket catch, or the easy catch for the out. So 2 putouts to right field. No runs, no hits, no errors, or make it 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. As we head to the second inning, nothing score here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Yeah, Jeff, I had to compare him to Tarek, the Cy Young Award winner last season. Could go old school, find somebody old school. Catfish Hunter kind of reminds me of that a little bit. See there, I'm digging beyond my ears. 1989, yep. Sam Jones was the coach. Found the clippings from that state championship appearance from the Kings Mountain Herald. It was the first state championship event ever hosted on their campus, as it was played at Lancaster Field. So big Nick Rumley. Vida Blue is who I was thinking of too. That's a good call, Jeff. Returns for his second inning of work. In the first, got 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Kings Mountain left 2 on base. As we start things off 6, 7, 8, it'll be Jordan Buckner hitting in the 6th hole, leading things off here on the second. Buckner hitting .231 with 17 RBIs. As Rakestraw sets up outside for that slider, and he drills it into center field. It'll drop on 1 hop in front of Strip Matter for a base hit. I'll bring up Cole Graves, the DH, in the 7th slot. So back-to-back innings as Kings Mountain offense starts with getting somebody on base. Groves, the senior, hitting .268, 15 for 56, 7 RBIs on the season. Runner on first, Buckner, with just 1 stolen base on the year. Short lead at first. Huddy covers, now pulls as a bunt attempt is put down. Not pulled back in time, though. Slider goes outside and is taken for a strike. Graves, the righty, looks to his card, puts it back in the pocket to get the call from third base, and manager Will Sellers steps in on the right side with an 0-1 count, runner on first. One attempt is down. It goes down the first base line, rolls all the way to Deal, who runs back to first to tag the bag. One down, but the job is done. Sacrifice bunt. Moves Buckner to second base. Nice play, though, by Hudson Deal, playing at first base. He's played there this season, but not frequently. But what we know from Huddy is he makes the adjustments no matter what. Makes a great play there. Get the out. One down, and it brings up the number 8 hitter, Mason Wright, hitting .168 this season. Takes the first for a strike inside, just below the waist. 0-1. Nick Rumley with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. A single to start things off here in the second to Buckner, and a sacrifice puts him at second. Swinging all the way on that outside slider is Mason Wright on top of it. So just like that, an 0-2 count. Rumley first base side, goes for the pickoff, holds the baseball on the fake throw down to second, and stays right on the rubber and gets ready and set for the 0-2 pitch. Another long look to second. Here's the offering home. Opposite way, poked in the outfield and right. Matthews is hustling down the line. It will drop foul. If you're just joining us, top half of the second inning. 0-0 score, 1 down. Runner on second base. It's Jordan Buckner who led things off with a single in center field. He moved over to second on a sacrifice bunt from Cole Graves. So 1 down with Mason Wright at the plate, the number 8 hitter at first base. He's got an 0-2 count. So he'll be swinging freely. He calls time. It's not given to him. He's got to step back in the box. He does so. From the right side, facing the righty, Rumley. The 0-2. High at the letters, outside, 1-2. That was a purpose pitch after the slider that went out there and got him to swing after it. Rumley works from the stretch with a 1-2 count. Right waggles the bat. Gets a foul tip and the glove for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Rumley. Puts 2 down on the scoreboard, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, Lincoln McDaniel, at second base. Runner on second base is Buckner without speed, just 1 stolen base on the year. Rumley takes 2 looks to second base. The righty offers home, goes slider outside for a strike. Ball squirts out of the glove of Rakestraw, but without speed, Buckner is camped at second base. So 0-1. Long look for Rumley at second base. Here's the offering. 0-1 is fouled, out of play, jammed him inside. And it goes out of play right field side. 0-2. Rumley from the first base side. The 0-2 pitch. Slider, check swing. He held up. We look for an appeal down to the infield umpire. And we wait for the infield umpire to answer the appeal. He says he didn't go. The infield umpire had set up a tent. He was ready to go to sleep. He didn't see the appeal coming in. So we work again, a 1-2 count to McDaniel with a runner on second base, 2 down. Here in the second, the 1-2 opposite way down the line, out of play to the batters. The batting cage is over there on the right side. 1-2. Score update, Lady Phoenix lead it 3-0 over Brevard after 1 complete. Thank you, Melita, for the score update. If you have scores, feel free to share them with us in the comments. We'll be checking scores as well throughout the night. Decent lead for Turner at second base. The 1-2 opposite way. Slow roller to Revis at second. Nobody covering first. Here comes Rumley on the run to make the play from the mound. Both Huddy and Revis had to get pulled off the bag to make the play. And great job by Nick Rumley to get off the mound for the out. Easily put that 4-1 in the scorebook. No runs, no hits. Make it 1 hit, no errors. And 1 left on base for the second time. Kings Mountain leaves runners in scoring position here early in this one. We head to the bottom half of the second. 0-0 score here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Congratulations to the varsity softball squad of Bethany Community. They moved to 13-6 overall with the win in round 1 of the playoffs over Eastern Randolph, 18-2. I believe they've won 13 in a row at home. Our baseball action tonight. Number 8 Forbush hosting Reedsville, the number 24 seed in baseball. Moorhead travels to West Davidson in the first round. McMichael and North Surrey in baseball. Softball action down the way. Rockingham County and Eastern Guilford for the 3rd time this season. Bethany baseball takes on Highland Tech in the first round. And Moorhead softball takes on West Caldwell, who's 21-3, the number 2 seed in the 2A West. As we get ready for the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch to Luke Stripmatter is taken for a ball as Wesley Turner returns to the mound for Kings Mountain, the righty. Ground ball down the line and foul here on the third base side. Lady Cougars up 2-0 over Eastern Guilford after 1. Thank you, Brian. I wish you could be in both places right now. I really feel for you guys. Here's the 1-1 to Luke Stripmatter, and that's a curveball in for a strike on the outside part of the plate for Turner. Turner got the first 2 outs in the top half of the first inning, a pop-up and a line drive, then gave up a double to Hudson Deal and got a fly out of Bryson Apple. Curveball hangs in the zone, right back to the pitcher, Turner. Puts it in the glove, rounds off the mound, underhand throw to first, into the glove of right for the out. Brings up Rake. Gage Rakestraw hit safely so far in 18 of the 22 games he's played. Rake hitting .396 on the season from the right side. The catcher takes the first pitch, a breaking ball high and outside, 1-0. 0-0 score here in the bottom half of the second inning. 1 down for the Cougars. Here's the offering from Turner. High fly ball, deep left field. As Hevner, the center fielder, will call off the left fielder Richards and make the catch for the out.
Rakestraw flies out to center field for the second out. Now batting number 3, Nick Rumley. On deck, number 5, Carter Matthews.
So 2 down. It'll bring up Nick Rumley, the pitcher, in the 7th spot. Here in round 1 as that one goes opposite way. First pitch fouled out of play. From the righty, taking it out in foul territory on the right field side. Big Nick, a .443 on base percentage, looking to get things going with 2 outs. Inside for Turner. 1-1. Turner thus far showing good command. Leaves a little bit off velocity-wise. Here's the 1-1 from Turner. Overall, a junk ball pitcher going in with curves all over the plate, using that change. Rumley ahead 2-1. Ooh, off the plate, but called a strike. Evened up 2-2. Turner, a junior for Kings Mountain. Here's the 2-2 to Rumley. It's down just above the knees. Inside, just off the plate to the righty. Fill it up, 3-2. 2 down for the Cougars here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Nothing score, nobody on. Here's the pitch from Turner. Ground ball, it gets through past a diving Buckner at third base. It's a single for Big Nick Rumley with 2 outs. So 2 out hits so far for the Cougars. It brings up right fielder Carter Matthews. Hudson Deal reached with 2 outs in the first. He wasn't able to come in as the next hitter Bryson Apple popped up to right field. A beautiful diving play in right field by Carter Roberts for the 2nd out of the half inning as well, the A&T commit. So here's the first at bat for Carter Matthews, hitting .333 on the season, a .531 on base percentage. Inside, taken for Matthews. Courtesy runner on first is Kevin Goots for the pitcher Rumley. Goots with 3 stolen bases. Takes a secondary lead. That one's hit hard into left field. Richards finds it easily. Nice piece of hitting, nice contact for Matthews, but the out is recorded in left. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base as we head to the 3rd inning. Nothing score here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Welcome into Roco Radio, RocoRadio.com. Here in the 3rd inning, nothing score here on round 1. Number 29, Kings Mountain, and number 4, Rockingham County. Nick Rumley returns to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. 3 strikeouts thus far, 2 in the first and 1 in the second. Just 1 hit, but 2 walks in the first inning. The UNC commit will look to get back to work on the mound. He'll try to do so. Starting with the top of the order, it'll be Luke Hefner, followed by the number 2 hitter Lawson Kennedy and the number 3 hitter Carter Roberts. So here comes Luke Hefner, the center fielder. Drew a walk in the first. Got ahead 3-0, took a strike, and then headed to first on the next pitch. Hefner, a .414 on base percentage from the leadoff spot this season for the Mountaineers. First pitch slider, trying to drag it in with the framework is Rakestraw. We'll call the ball 1-0. Rumley works from the delivery, shakes off the sign. Now going back outside with the slider. This time it catches the plate. 1-1. Hefner hugs the plate on the right side. Crouch stance, the 1-1 from Rumley. Oh, man, that's unfair. The slider starts down the plate just above the knees and broke outside, darn near to the shins. All you can do is flail and hope. 1-2. Here's the 1-2, a little bit of hesitation from Rumley. Gets the check swing on the slider out of the zone, but holding up his Hefner. The appeal down first base side, and no swing. Even count, 2-2. Here's the pitch from Rumley. Ground ball, chopper, foul. Right field side. 27 for 77 on the season for Hefner. Not a lot of power in that leadoff spot, but he gets on base as that one's fouled straight back. 414 on base percentage. Just 8 RBIs on the season. Even count, 2-2. Rumley from the delivery. Just misses the zone. Moves a bit off the breaking ball, and it goes full, 3-2. Rumley shakes off the sign, now gets ready, the delivery, the 3-2, slider down the plate, fouled straight back. Caught the inside part of the bat of Hefner. Leadoff hitter, Hefner at the plate. Here in the third, nothing score in a time. Called at home plate. Rumley works the 3-2, goes inside with a slider, caught the meat of the bat, and it goes down the line in left. Quickly to get it in is Ross, and a single to start things off for Hefner after a long at-bat here in the third. Worked at 3-2, draws the single on the laced shot in left. And I'll bring up Lawson Kennedy. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. It'll be back-to-back lefties for Rumley as Kennedy at the plate and Roberts on deck. Decent lead at first for Hefner with 14 stolen bases. He's on the move, hit and run. It's foul out of play. Here comes the situational call from third base from manager Will Sellers. As Lawson Kennedy pulls the sign card out of his back pocket, puts it back in, and digs in on the left side. Bunt attempt, pulled back. But it's taken for a strike inside. So 0-2 for Rumley. Runner on first base. Hefner led things off with a single here in this half inning. Nothing score here in the third. Rumley looking for strikeout number 4. Ooh, goes inside with the slider. Great bite on it, but too much bite. Maybe intentionally to move back the hitter off the plate just a bit. The lefty Kennedy. Here's the 1-2. High fastball. Even it up, 2-2. Got to give credit to these Kings Mountain hitters so far. Drawing long at-bats, several 3-ball counts. Hefner at first base. The 2-2 to the lefty Kennedy. Goes inside, what a pitch, strike, swung on and missed. Throw down to second, goes in the outfield on the throwdown. But Stritt's right there with the backup, so hold the runner on second base. Stolen base number 15 on the year for Hevner puts him in scoring position. Could have been a strike him out, throw him out. They'll actually strike 3, so 1 down. Runner on second base is Hevner. First pitch to Roberts is inside. Roberts struck out looking in the first. The best hitter in this lineup by far, the lefty, 417. A 608 on base percentage, 23 RBIs on the year. Impatient at the plate, 21 walks. Oh, left something off of it. The change outside, way early, is Roberts. Nice pitch selection from Rumley and crew from inside the dugout. Runner on second base is Hevner, a stolen base and a single to start things off. A strikeout for Kennedy. So 1 down with the number 3 hitter. Roberts at the plate. That slider taking all the way for a strike. That late dart action was darn near to home plate before cutting in to the lefty. 1-2 count. This will be a huge out of Roberts. Here's the 1-2. Fastball inside, hit hard off the lights. In left and foul out of play. $20 for 48 on the season before today for Roberts, the A&T commit. Left side, takes 2 practice swings, right to the middle of the zone. Now sets the bat, and his hands even with his helmet. The 1-2 from Rumley. Ooh, nice fastball. Just above the belt buckle outside, 2-2. Nothing score. Runner on second. 1 down. You're in the top half of the 3rd inning. Rumley takes a look to second. Here's the offering. Just lost it, slip of the grip there on the slider. Full count, 3-2. I'd stay away from this guy, not go inside. We'll see what Nick does. And BP, it really seemed like he liked the ball inside. But you can sneak that slider in there just above the shoe tops. The 3-2 offering with a runner on second. Ooh, he beamed him. Roberts will take the shin guard off. Rips off the batting gloves and slowly walks to first base. Runners on first and second with 1 down. Luke Hevner, the leadoff hitter, who walked in the first, started off this 3rd with a single after drawing a 3-2 count. He steals second base. A strikeout of the number 2 hitter, Lawson Kennedy. And now Roberts at first after being hit by a pitch. It brings up Wesley Turner, the pitcher for Kings Mountain. Drew a walk in his first at bat. Rumley slider misses the plate. Goes outside to the righty. 1-0. Turner hitting .297 with 12 RBIs. 5 doubles. Runners on first and second. That's sky high into center field. Taking 3 steps towards left is Stritt to make the catch. Gets it into the cutoff man, Apple. It holds the runners at first and second. Make it 17 for 17 on putouts this season for Luke Strittmatter at center field. Southfield is unbelievable defensively. And obviously they get things done at the plate, but at this level, if you can have an outfield with this much range, make those many amount of plays, and do it cleanly, you give yourself a chance every game. So 2 down, runners on first and second. Brings up the number 5 hitter, KJ Bell, who struck out looking in the first, the freshman at shortstop today. Takes the first one 1-0. Bell hitting .250 on the season. If I had to guess, somewhere around 6'2" or 3", maybe even taller. Here's the 2-0. Slider for a strike. That's where he wants to put it all day long. Just off the edge. 2-1, especially to these righties. Hitters count 2-1 for Bell. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Slider down the plate. Takes a bounce at third base. Behe will play it, but foul. Even count 2-2. One strikeout so far this half inning for Rumley. He's got 4 in the outing. Runners on first and second. 2-2 count, 2 down. Here's the offering to Bell. Slider got him to flail at that bat for strike 3. A check swing. They look for an appeal. Rockingham County's off the field for strikeout number 5. Strikeout number 5 for Nick Rumley. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. For the 3rd consecutive inning, Kings Mountain gets a runner in scoring position, is unable to score. It brings up the Rockingham County Cougar offense. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Nothing score here on round 1 of the NCHSAA 3A West playoffs. Score update, the Lady Phoenix lead at 3-0 after 3 complete innings at McMichael High School. Back to the mound for Kings Mountain is Wesley Turner. Got a line out and 2 pop-ups in the first inning. A ground out, a line out, and a pop-up in the second. 2 hits for the Cougars thus far, both with 2 outs. As it brings up the number 9 hitter, Cole Behe at third base. And then back to the top of the order for Nate Revis, Brady Ross, and Hudson Deal. Nothing scores. We start the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Bottom of the 3rd will be number 11, Cole Behe. On deck, number 4, Nate Revis.
Behe, the senior, .281 average, but a .427 on base percentage. He starts things off for the Cougars from the right side and takes the first pitch. Ooh. Off the plate, inside, strike call. 0-1 to Behe. Here's the 0-1. Jammed him. Pop up to third. Buckner takes steps back behind the bag and makes the catch. I'll bring up Nate Revis. The Mid-State 3A Conference Tournament MVP. Surpassed 100 hits in his last game. That matchup against Dudley on Friday in 77 varsity games. He went 4 for 5 in that matchup with an RBI. All of his hits were opposite way, singles to right field. Let's do that again here, Nate. Get things going here with 1 down. Turner works from the delivery, first base side, and it's taken high at the letters. Nate's advantage at the plate, 2-0. Revis, the senior, hitting .424 on the season. On base at almost a 500 clip at .495. That's why right there, he's patient at the plate. He's not going to go after anything that's not in the quadrant he wants it at. Glove in front of the face for Wesley Turner, the junior. Goes high with the breaking ball, way off the plate. And a walk for Nate Revis. Walk number 10 on the season. Gives the Cougars their first base runner with less than 2 outs, and it brings up Brady Ross, who hit a line drive screamer to right field. A diving play, a beautiful play by Roberts in right, diving with the glove towards the infield to make the catch. Ross hitting 8 for 11 in his last 4 games. Make that a base hit. It drops right in the grass in left field, just past the infield and the shortstop Bell. And now we've got runners on first and second. For the big bopper, Hudson Deal. Huddy looks to the wristband as manager Zach Apple barks in the call as Huddy heads to the box on the right side. 577 on the season, 656 on base, 41 for 71, 5 home runs, 39 RBIs. In the top 5 in almost every offensive category in the 3A West. First pitch of the at-bat, breaking ball. Wanted nothing to do with Huddy. He goes outside. 1-0. A patented Huddy stance. Close on the right side. Straight up. Hands hang over the plate. Straight up with the bat straight up as well. Turner looks to second base. Ross on first. Revis on second. Big power swing just in front of it is Huddy on the outside breaking ball. 1-1. Revis started things off with the walk, a single for Ross in this 0-0 game. 1 down as Cole Behe flew out to the third baseman to start things off. Bell plays Revis at second, now heads back to the hole at short. Breaking ball hangs in the zone. That's hammered in the outfield and left. It'll drop down all the way to the wall. Richards retreats to the fence. 1 run is in. Here comes a second run. Revis and Ross score, and a 2-0 lead for the Cougars. A 2 RBI double for Hudson Deal. There are some definites in life. Taxes, death. The grass is green, the sky is blue, and Hudson Deal smokes the baseball. Another situation to drive in runs. Huddy has now driven in a run in 21 of the 26 games the Cougars have played this season. 2-0 Cougars as he stands at second base with 1 down, and Bryson Apple at the plate. Hopped up to right field in his first at-bat as that's a strike on the outside park. Wish y'all could have saw the fireworks show in BP too with Huddy. I think he hit 3 out during BP. Uses it here in the game. Rolled all the way to the 320 mark and left. Here's the 0-1. This time off the plate with the breaking ball. Even it up for Apple, 1-1. It's been a good couple games in this 4 slot for the sophomore Bryson Apple. 4 for 8 in the conference tournament with 7 RBIs. He's got a runner on second base. Hitting .333 with runners in scoring position this season. Here's the 1-1. That's laced in the center. It drops down. A base hit in front of Hefner. Holding up at third is Huddy. Rounding for just a bit is Apple. He'll hold up at first. Runners at the corners for Rockingham County. Brings up Luke Stripmatter at the plate. He's been hot since the start of April. He's reached in every game safely in all 11 since April 1st. 40 runs scored on the season. He scored a run or more in every game since March 25th. He's got a chance to drive a run in, though, in this at-bat. From the right side. Audie at third. Apple at first. Breaking ball hangs in the zone. Hard hit to third. Buckner fields it. The Olay, and then the throw to first in time. Nice play by Buckner. Good contact, too, by Stritt as the breaking ball hung in there. Just a good play at third base. So 2 down. It brings up 12 Gage. The catcher, Gage Rakestraw. Flew out to left field. A play made by the center fielder, Hevner, in his first at-bat in the second. Slow roller to short. Bell fields. Makes a strong throw in plenty of time. Nice defensive play, even better throw from Bell, but not before the Cougars get on the board. A 2 RBI double from Hudson Deal, thanks to Nate Revis getting on to lead things off with a walk and a single from Brady Ross. Both come in to score. 2 runs on 1 hit on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on base as we head to the 4th. A 2-0 lead for Rockingham County here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. So the first time this game, the Cougars get a base runner before 2 outs. And it pays off. Nate Revis drawing a walk in the second at-bat of the half inning. And then Brady Ross with a sharp single, and then Hudson Deal doing what he does, a 2 RBI double. RBIs number 40 and 41 on this season. That puts him just 2 away from tying the record of RBIs in the season set by Josh Stewart of Rockingham County in 1996. And 3 away from breaking it. It's just time and time again. You get in a key point in the game, you find 15 at the plate, and you know it's about to happen. So Nick Rumley returns to the mound with a 2-run lead here in the 4th. 5 strikeouts, 2 in the third, 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Had some struggle with control in that first inning with 2 walks. Since then, walks-wise, he's been good. Did hit a batter in that third inning. But the more and more he goes, the more and more he feels comfortable with that slider, especially in the outside part of the plate to righties. I'll bring up Jordan Buckner, the number 6 hitter for Kings Mountain, followed by the 7-hitter Cole Graves and Mason Wright, the number 8 hitter. Here in the 4th. 2 hits for this offense that hits .272 on the season. Not a lot of power, just 35 extra base hits of the 158 hits of the year coming into today. Slider just above the belt, cut on and fouled straight back to the backstop. For the righty, Buckner reached on first in the second. Would get to scoring position on second after a sacrifice bunt, but be held there. Slider outside for Rumley. 1-1. Kings Mountain has gotten on base. In fact, they've got runners in scoring position every single half inning. But Rumley shut the door once he's felt that fire. Buckner ahead 2-1 here in the 4th. Huddy plays in at first base. Backhanded stop by Rakestraw behind the plate, off the plate. 3-1. One thing about this Kings Mountain team that we've seen through 3 innings is they're going to be patient at the plate. Another 3-ball count. Here's the 3-1 opposite way for Buckner. Good range by Matthews. Heads towards the gap in the 350 mark and makes a catch just in front of the track. Brings up Cole Graves, the DH. Again, this outfield, we talked about it in the pregame show, just 3 errors combined this season. So just 3 of the 23 errors overall for this defense with a .958 fielding percentage. And they've got range at every spot. Here's the 0-0. Outside on the slider. The DH Cole Graves, who had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat in the second. That's down the plate, hitting the outfield and left. Several steps back. A can of corn for Brady Ross, put out number 17 of the season. Again, it's a nice luxury to have when you've got, I believe all 3 of these guys could play center field at this level. Ross, without a doubt. Matthews has great range in right field. And then you got Stritt doing Stritt things. So 2 down. 2 pop-ups. And the number 8 hitter, Mason Wright, who struck out in his first at-bat. Takes there, 1-1. Rakestraw sets with 1 knee down. On the outside part of the plate to the righty, just off the plate, says the home plate umpire. Here's count 2-1. Rumley places the baseball in the glove, now puts his right hand on it, puts the glove in front of his face and offers the 2-1 pitch. Slider down the plate, ground ball, slow roller to short. Bryson Apple, the throw and the out. 6-3, Bryson Apple, everyday shortstop, just 2 errors on the season. An easy, clean play there. A pop-up to the right fielder, pop-up to the left fielder, and a ground out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody reaches in the top half of the 4th inning. 2-0 lead for Rockingham County as we head to the bottom half here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Shout out to my partner David Woods in the comments listening in. And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us here from Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Round 1 of the NCHSAA 3A West Playoffs. It's Rockingham County 2 and Kings Mountain nothing. Rough start for the offense in the first and second, but they got things going in the third. A 2 RBI double for Hudson Deal. After a walk from Nate Revis and Brady Ross, both came in to score on that lace double from Huddy. RBIs number 40 and 41 of the season. So Huddy so far, 2 doubles, 2 for 2. Cougars got things going with 2 outs in the first and second, but couldn't get anybody in. And that half frame from Rumley is the first time in this game the Kings Mountain offense hasn't reached scoring position. As he gets him 1, 2, 3. And he steps in at the plate with a single in the second. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Big Nick hitting .306 on the season, 19 for 62, 23 RBIs. Looking to get things going for the Cougars. Wesley Turner returns to the mound for Kings Mountain, and that one's taken for a ball, evening up 1-1. Turner 7 starts before today for the junior, a 4.71 ERA, 44 hits, 28 walks, 24 strikeouts. That one's hit high and hard to the right field, down the line, fair. Rumley's rounding forward, first, he's into second, sliding head first. 3 doubles for this offense. Get that man a courtesy runner. He's earned it. As he trots back with a smile to the dugout, Gavin Goots, his courtesy runner at second. A double to start things off here in the 4th for Nick Rumley.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher will be number 9, Gavin Goots.
So Goots provides speed at second base. 3 stolen bases on the season. It brings up Carter Matthews in the 8 slot today. Hit a line drive out to left field in the 2nd. Turner with a long look to second base. Here's a high kick in the delivery. Popped up behind home plate and out of play. Score update from Brian in the comments. Lady Cougars up 6-0 after 3 on the softball diamond, taking on Eastern Guilford, the number 2 seed in the 3A West. And Melita says Lady Phoenix up 3-1 after 4.5 at McMichael High School, the number 12 seed versus number 21. Runner on second base is the courtesy runner Gavin Goots here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. The courtesy runner for Nick Rumley, who led things off here in this half inning with a double. 2 runs on the board so far for the Cougars. Those coming in the bottom half of the 3rd. A 2 RBI double for Hudson Deal. Here's Turner's 1-1 on the way. Bunt attempt is down from Matthews. Good looking bunt. Just catches the bat. Not enough of it, and it will roll foul third base side. Let's go, David. Well, we can't say let's go about White Sox players. Sorry, Detroit Tigers fans here. But the dash, it's Montgomery up with the Winston-Salem Dash, one of the top 5 prospects in the system, with a bomb for the Dash. So Matthews will hit now with a 1-2 count. Setting up outside is the catcher Kennedy. Here's a pitch from Turner, breaking ball down the plate. Slow roller to third. Buckner fires to first, but moving up to third is Goots. Great base running. Good situational hitting as well from Carter Matthews. So mark it 5-3 in the scorebook, but Goots just waited in just enough time for Buckner, who didn't quite look over to see if the runner would advance, and Goots got on source. Now a runner at third base. 1 down, and Cole Behe at the plate. First pitch is ripped in the outfield. In left. In to make the play. It's the left fielder Richards tagging up. Goots head first slide. He beats the throw. An RBI on the sac fly for Cole Behe. That's where being aggressive pays off. First pitch went after it. It was down the plate. Good contact leads to a runner scoring from third. 2 down, bases empty, and a 3-0 lead for the Cougars. With the leadoff hitter Nate Revis back to the plate, the second baseman, with a walk and a run scored in the 3rd. Curveball hangs just below the Cougars' lettering inscribed across the chest. 1-0. Revis .424 on the season, the conference tournament MVP. Here's the 1-0 and fouled out of play. More than likely your Friday starter in round number 2 if the Cougars can advance from here. Had a great outing in the championship, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts against Dudley. Here's the 1-1 from Turner, breaking ball down the plate. High chopper to second. Quick play by McDaniel for the out. Out number 3, not before a run is added on the sock fly from Cole Behe. A great base running from Gavin Goots. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on base. We head to the 5th. 3-0 lead for Rockingham County here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. That's what playoff baseball is about. You get the leadoff double from Nick Rumley. The courtesy runner comes in, Gavin Goots. Carter Matthews does his job on the ground up to third base. It advances Goots, who does a great job running the bases, holds up till his opportune moment to head to third base. Now you've got a runner just 90 feet away with only one down, and Cole Behe aggressive at the plate. Third baseman rips one to the outfield. The sac fly scores Goots from third, and just like that, your lead goes from 2-0 to 3-0. You'll take that with big Nick Rumley on the mound. So the 6'6" junior, it's ready for his fifth inning of work with 5 strikeouts. Got him 1, 2, 3 for the first time in the fourth. So be the number 9 hitter, Lincoln McDaniel, to lead things off at second base. Then back to the top of the order for Hevner and Kennedy. Rumley crouches behind the mound, exhales, now back up and ready to pitch this fifth inning. He'll work from the delivery to start things off. Real close to the plate is McDaniel, the second baseman. A power swing, but no projectile leaving home plate. It goes in the glove of Rakestraw. 0-1. Right back to work. Rumley goes outside with a fastball. Foul back just like that. 0-2 count. McDaniel grounded to second base, and Rumley covering at first. I'll get the out in the second inning. Outside slider, man, that just missed. Belt level. Just off the plate to the righty. On the left side, 1-2. Rumley shakes off the sign and goes to work. Set up outside as Rakestraw. Fastball grounded back to the pitcher. Rumley will walk off the mound. He sprints towards Huddy and flips it to him for the easy out. Second put out of the game for the pitcher Rumley. And back to the top of the order for center fielder Luke Hevner. Hevner a walk in the first, a single in the third. He's reached base in both at-bats. Had a stolen base as well in the third. 1, 2, 3 appearances at the plate for Kings Mountain. Got runners in scoring position in each half inning. Rumley wants to make it back-to-back innings of 1, 2, 3 though. Here's the 1-0 to Hevner, opposite way. Fly ball just outside the infield. Heading towards first base. Revis makes the play, the second baseman for the out. Brings up Lawson Kennedy in the 2 slot. The catcher had a fielder's choice in the first. He struck out in the third, almost a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Hevner got to second base on the stolen base, but a nasty slider check swing left him hanging there at the plate. Back-to-back lefties in the 2 and 3 slots for Kings Mountain, including Kennedy. Just like that, Rumley's ahead 0-2. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. Kennedy hitting .315 on the season. The 0-2, high fastball, got him to chase after it, but following it off is Kennedy. Man, that thing hit that peak velocity that we see Rumley throw. And we're from 89 to 90, 91. And all Kennedy could do is try and protect the plate. The 0-2, same spot. This time, Kennedy holds up. 1-2. Through 4 1/3. Make it 4 2/3. 5 strikeouts for Rumley. Crouch stance for Kennedy from the left side. The 1-2. Left something off of it. Outside, drop below the knees. But Kennedy, he's a savvy hitter. He'll hold off. 2-2. 3-0 lead for the Cougars. The 2-2 pitch. High and tight fastball. Kennedy's back in the count full. 3-2. Carter Roberts takes some practice swings on the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch on the way with 2 down. To Kennedy, caught the inside part of the plate. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Nick Rumley. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody reaches base. It's the Cougars 3 and the Mountaineers nothing here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Big Nick Rumley on the mound. 6 strikeouts so far in his outing. And the offense with 3 runs here in the last 2 frames. The Cougars got on the board in the 3rd, a 2 RBI double from Hudson Deal in the 3 slot. And in the 3rd, a sac fly RBI, smart baseball, station to station. The sac fly RBI from Cole Behe. First pitch took it into the outfield, scoring Gavin Goots from 3rd base, who's in as a courtesy runner for Nick Rumley, who hit a double to start things off in that 4th. Turner will return to the mound for Kings Mountain. And for Rockingham County here in the 5th, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Brady Ross, Hudson Teal, and Bryson Apple. I think the Yankees used to call that Murderer's Row. Ross came into today hitting 8 of 11 in his last 4 games. He's 1 for 2 today, a single in the 3rd, and a run scored. First pitch from Turner, curveball. Hangs for quite a bit in the zone. Inside part and drops just above the knees for a strike. So for Ross, 434 on the season. 21 RBIs, 9 walks. Curveball inside, turning the shoulder. The lead shoulder is Ross. 1-1. Wesley Turner, the junior, goes outside, and that is hit on a line to center field into the glove of Hebner for the out. Man, even the outs today for Rockingham County have been hard-hit baseballs. Don't leave one over the plate to this man like you just did in that last at-bat. Hudson Deal at the plate, 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. From the right side, sways the hips, first pitch. But he shakes the head as the breaking ball moves off the plate, 1-0. Turner from the first base side, righty versus righty. Ooh, that one was down the plate just early, was Huddy. Gets a little piece of the baseball as it dribbles behind home plate. And the on-deck man, Bryson Apple, picks up the baseball. Even it up, 1-1. Back in the box is Huddy. Turner works from the delivery. With one down, nobody on. Nice take high. Hitters count now for Huddy, 2-1. Huddy rests the bat just above the plate. Cuts and swings to short. Bell is out on the outfield grass and will make the catch for the out. Brings up Bryson Apple. The shortstop, the sophomore, with a single in the third. Hit it hard to right field in the first. 3-0 lead for the Cougars. 2 runs in the bottom half of the third, 1 in the bottom half of the fourth. 2 down here with nobody on. Turner goes inside, turning that shoulder, and taking it is Apple, and he'll head to first. Nowhere to go for Bryson. He just had to turn and take the pitch. Brings up Luke Stripmatter. He's hit the ball hard twice, both on the ground, once to the pitcher and once to third base. Stretch reached base safely in all 11 games since April 1st. Looking to extend that here. Takes the first for a strike. Hitting .302 on the season. Run on first is Apple. With 2 down, puts that cleat just behind the cut of the grass. At first, leans towards second. Here's the offering from Turner. Breaking ball in the zone, hangs there, ground ball to short. Bell gets it, hustles to second base, and touches the bag for the out. So the Cougars score 0 runs, 0 hits. No errors, 1 left on base. We head to the 6th inning. 3-0 lead for Rockingham County. Here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Tonight's game brought to you by Sandy Cross General Merchandise, serving the Sandy Cross community, Rockingham County, and surrounding areas of our beautiful Piedmont Triad since 1988. Rockingham County's community store at 164 Boyd Road in the Sandy Cross community of Rockingham County, celebrating our 36th anniversary. Stop by Sandy Cross General Merchandise for fresh ice and local pure brand gasoline with the cheapest price in Rockingham County for 93 non-ethanol. Sandy Cross General Merchandise is also your niece's sausage headquarters with great value for Rockingham County. To find out more about the Log Cabin Store, visit us on Facebook by searching Sandy Cross General Merchandise. We start the 6th, 3-0 lead for Rockingham County. Nick Rumley returns to the mound for inning number 6 of work. He's got him 1, 2, 3 in back-to-back innings. He sat down 6 straight. Just 2 hits given up in his outing, 6 strikeouts to 2 walks and a hit batsman. The best hitter in the order is due up to lead things off here in the 6th. It's Carter Roberts, the A&T commit in right field. Smooth swinging righty, struck out looking in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Roberts hitting .417 on the season. Holds the bat behind the head, and it's a chopper to second on 2 bounces to Revis, who makes a quick play to deal at first. Hey, we'll take that. They've held Roberts in check, 0 for 2, and hit by a pitch so far today. It brings up the pitcher, Wesley Turner, in the 4th slot, a walk in the 1st, and flew out to center field in the 3rd. Rumley right back to the mound. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. In the dirt. 1-0. For Turner, hitting .297 on the season. On one knee, Rakestraw sets up outside. Tries to catch the black. Umpire says nope. 2-0. Right back to it. Rumley's 2-0 pitch. Same spot this time. He catches it for a strike. Late break with the slider. Final score, McMichael 4 and Brevard 1 on the softball diamond. So the Phoenix advanced to round 2. Same spot with that slider at the belt buckle, but outside away from the righty. And just like that, even up, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball through the hole, up the middle, base hit. Runner on first. Brings up the number 5 hitter, KJ Bell. The freshman hitting .250, 15 for 60 before today. 2 strikeouts so far today. The 0-0 slider. Ooh, that is unfair. This time using it almost to cut off the knees. It starts, almost looks like it's going to hit the knees and just misses the black on the inside part to the righty. Here's the 1-0. Fastball for a strike outside, 1-1. Bell with a strikeout of each variety. Struck out looking in the first and struck out swinging in the third. Runner on first is the pitcher, Turner. Stands like a statue at first. Oh, that slider is devastating when it's on that outside part. Rumley liked it, a big smile on his face as he gets strike 2. 1-2. I'd go right back with it. Just above the knees, outside black. But I talk on a mic. Rakestraw sitting up there, though. Here's the offering from Rumley. That one catches more of the plate, and it's lined in the outfield over the head of the shortstop, Apple, for a base hit. Runners on first and second now for Kings Mountain. Back-to-back singles for Turner and Bell brings up the number 6 hitter, Jordan Buckner. Buckner at third had a single in the second. He flew out to right field in the fourth. As manager Zach Apple will head to the mound, the infield will convene alongside him and pitcher Nick Rumley. Bottom of the fifth, Rockingham County softball leads Eastern Guilford 5-0. Make it 8-0. Final score, McMichael over Brevard in round 1 in the softball diamond, 4-1. West Stokes over East Davidson, 10-1. See if we can catch some more scores. As Zach Apple heads back to the dugout after talking with his pitcher, Nick Rumley, who's given up back-to-back singles. Here in the 6th, runners on first and second, 1 down. 3-0 lead for the Cougars as Jordan Buckner, the third baseman, digs back in. This one gets back to the backstop. Runners are up in scoring position. Bell to second base. And Turner, courtesy runner, Larry Fonafet, is at third. So runners in scoring position for the Mountaineers. As Buckner back on the plate on the right side. Rests the bat above his shoulders, then brings it back down towards the home plate side, off the glove of Rakestraw. Hustling in his Fonafet, the throw to Rumley, gets past his glove to third base. Holding up is Bell at third. 1 run will score on the wild pitch. Three to 1 Rockingham County. Runner on third is Bell. With a 6th hitter, Buckner at the plate, hitting .231 on the season. The 2-0 just getting a piece, fouling it back. Here's Buckner, 2-run lead. For the Cougars, looking to hold Bell at third base with 1 down. Back-to-back singles started this for Kings Mountain, then a wild pitch scored a run from third. Runner on third, one out. Buckner early on the slider inside. Even it up 2-2. Presley Roth with a 2-run home run. The Cougars lead it 8-0 after 4. On the softball diamond against Eastern Guilford. Here's the 2-2 from Rumley. Slider down the plate, popped up high into left field. Hustling and make the play is Ross. He throws it into Behe at third, but standing up is Bell on the tag up. And 2 runs now in this half inning.
Buckner hit sacrifice fly to left field, bringing in Bell for the Mountaineers' second run. 2 outs now. Up to the plate, number 4, Cole Groves on deck, number 10, Mason Wright.
So sacrifice fly, but 2 down now, 2 runs on the board. Here in the top half of the 6th, 1-run ball game. Opposite way for Graves, jammed him. And foul. 0-1. Graves with a slightly open stance. That hit his helmet. He'll head to first base standing up. He got right up. It didn't bother him at all. Didn't faze him. Second hit batsman for Rumley of his outing. Here comes manager Zach Apple. See if we see a pitching change here. Apple will take the baseball from Rumley. Great outing, 6 strikeouts. Over 5 1/3. As Rumley gets the applause from the home fans. And we'll see the senior Cole Behe on the mound for the Rockingham County Cougars. Behe has been untouchable this season. Struck out 33 of the 80 batters he's faced. 41% of the batters he's faced have headed back to the dugout. So far in the season, 8 appearances, 2 starts, a 3-0 record, a 1.02 ERA, 33 strikeouts to just 6 walks in 20 2/3 innings pitched. Only 9 hits given up on the season, a 127 batting average against. So in a 1-run game, manager Zach Apple will go to his senior, the righty Cole Behe. With 2 down, 2 runs in here in this top half of the 6th inning. 3-2 lead Rockingham County.
Now pitching for the Cougars, number 11, Cole Behe. Defensive changes, moving over to third base, the Hudson Deal. Now playing first.
Behe a 68% strike percentage. He lives in the zone, forces hitters to go after it. And as you can see by the stats, doesn't go well for them very often. There's the number 8 hitter, Mason, right at the plate, struck out in the second, a ground out to short in the 4th. Runner on first base is Groves. First pitch is a strike, pumping in the zone, inside at the belt. For the recent RCC commit, Cole Behe comes to the game in a big spot. 3-2 lead for the Cougars. 2 down, runner on first. Here in the top half of the 6th, second pitch is a fastball at the shoulders, down the plate. 1-1. Gross isn't going to go far from first base. Nick Rumley switches to first base. Hudson Deal over to third. Your defensive changes. Way ahead of it. He is right. And ahead in the count now is Cole Behe. Looking at the 3rd out here in this 6th inning. Here's a 1-2. Way ahead of it. Strike three. Got him to chase. On the outside pitch, Cole Behe enters the game, gets the strikeout, and shuts the door. Just 2 runs on the board with a runner left on first base for those pesky Kings Mountain Mountaineers. 3-2 lead for the Cougars as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. So 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left on base, and Cole Behe has now struck out 34 of the 81 hitters he's faced. Big spot there from the senior, gets the job done on the mound. The Cougars will look to add some runs here in the 6th. New up at 6, 7, and 8, Rakestraw, Rumley, and Matthews. And the junior back on the mound for Kings Mountain, Wesley Turner. Gave up 2 runs in the 3rd, a 2 RBI double from Hudson Deal, and 1 run on a sac fly RBI from Cole Behe in the 4th. So Rick will lead things off. He flew out to left field. A play made by the center fielder Hevner in the 2nd. He grounded out to short in the 3rd. A great season for the catcher, hitting .396 before today. An on-base percentage of .508.
Leading things off for Rockingham in the bottom of the 6th.
That's the goal, get 1 on. Cougars lead it by 1, 3-2 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Here's the first pitch from the righty Turner. Curveball inside. Almost hits the bat of Rakestraw, but he bends out of the way. 1-0. Turner high leg kick goes inside with a fastball after the breaking ball and gets Rakestraw early. 1-1. So 2 runs in the 3rd for this Cougars offense, 1 run in the 4th for Kings Mountain, 2 runs in the top half of the 6th inning. 3-2 lead for Rockingham County. 1-1 opposite way down the line, foul hit hard by Rakestraw. One and 2 now. The 1-2 pitch is high and outside. Sorry about that, folks. The crowd mic falling off. Cover your ears. Here's a 2-2 to Rake. Pops it up. It hangs in the air. Foul territory, first base side. All drop just in front of the opposing dugout. Mason Wright tried to get there but couldn't. So another life for Gage Rakestraw. So a 10-1 win for West Stokes on the softball diamond. They defeat East Davidson. Our McMichael Phoenix getting a win in round 1 as well against Brevard. 2-2, fouled straight back. The bomb squad getting it done at home. The McMichael varsity baseball squad at North Surrey down 9-2. Here's the pitch from Turner, 2-2. Curveball hangs in the zone. Jumping up is Bell at short. It gets in the outfield and left, a base hit to start things off for the Cougars here in the 6th. Great job. Rake was deep in the count, 0-2. Worked it 2-2. Gets to first base. And now he'll have a courtesy runner as Hicks comes in. Brady Hicks heads to first. Rake puts the catcher's gear on. He did the job. He got to first base. It brings up big Nick Rumley, a single in the 2nd. In the 4th, he had a double. A 6'6 junior stands on the right side, straight up stance. Good, decent lead for Hicks. Bunt attempt is pulled back from Rumley on the high and tight fastball, 1-0. That's what playoff baseball is about, doing the little things. Rumley going to be asked here to move the runner over to second. Hicks. Buckner now plays it at the cut of the grass at third base. Covering at first is Wright. And Rumley will take that one outside, 2-0. So we'll see if things change for the Cougars as signs-wise and what they want to do at the plate. Rumley rests the bat on the shoulders from the right side, now lifts it up. Here's the 2-0 down the plate. Swinging straight away and fouling it off is Rumley. Hitters count 2-1. Rumley back in the box on the right side. Runner on first is Hicks. Decent lead. Wright covers the bag at first. Buckner plays even with the bag at third as that one is laced foul down the right field side. Even count, 2-2. Three-2 lead for Rockingham County here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Leadoff hitter Rakestraw with a single. Courtesy runner Hicks at first. Opposite way for Rumley. Backpedaling and making the catch is Roberts. Holding up at first is Hicks. So one down. Roberts in right field. We talked about the A&T commits offensive game, but defensively, he's going to be a good player in the outfield as well for the Aggies. He's made several good defensive reads out there in right. He made a diving catch in the first inning. Turner works from the first base side of the rubber. One down. First pitch is a looping breaking ball for a strike. To the senior, Carter Matthews hit a line drive out in the second to left field. Grounded out to third in the third, but that ground ball moved over Gavin Goots to third base to set up the sacrifice fly in the fourth, and that's the difference in this game. Foul ball at the fence. It's off the glove of the first baseman right. Oh, that would have been huge for Kings Mountain. Instead, the senior has second life. A 1-2 for Matthews. Hicks at first base. Buckner playing in at the cut of the grass at third. Here's the pitch from Turner. Just misses the strike zone. One and two. Matthews back in the box on the right side. Slightly open stance. Back foot more towards home plate. Here's a 1-2 to Matthews from Turner. Breaking ball hangs in the zone. Acrobatic move from Turner. It hits him on the mound. Coming out of his crouch is Kennedy at the mound from the catcher's spot. Did he make the catch? No, he didn't. He's going to be hurt. He's limping. And Matthews is at first with a single. Holy moly. You can't ask the senior to hit the ball harder than that. It was in the glove, I believe, of Turner and came out on the comebacker. Turner's trying to walk it off. He wants to stay in this game and pitch. For manager Will Sellers, you can ask for more heart. He's trying to walk it off. He's off the mound. The infield convenes. Trainer out there to see, take a look at his leg. Final score, the Cougars win it in round one over Eastern Guilford 10-0 in 5. Presley Roth with a 2-run home run in that game. Let's go Cougars moving on to the second round. Not sure who they'll face. I know Ledford is somebody that they could face for the second straight time in the postseason after facing him last season. Looks like Turner's going to return to the mound. That's the definition of bulldog. He's trying to see if he can plant that back foot and test it out. We'll see if he can do so. The umpires will wait alongside the third base side of the mound, his infield behind him as he takes some practice throws. First one looks good. Looks like he's going to return. Gage Rakestraw led off this sixth inning with a single. The courtesy runner Hicks stands at second base after the line track drive comebacker from Carter Matthews back to the pitcher. Hits off of Turner, and the home fans putting their hands together for Turner, who returns to the mound. We're going to see a change, though. Aiden Smith is going to come in to play shortstop. Bell has exited the game. So Smith in at short. And Cole Behe, who got the strikeout to end the top half of this inning, entering in the game for Nick Rumley. Heads to the plate with a sac fly RBI. That came in the fourth. That's the difference in this game thus far for the senior. Runners on first and second, one down. First pitch early on it is Behe. Good pitch from Turner. 0-1. So Turner grips the baseball, rotates it, now puts it in the glove on the first base side. And a timeout at home plate. Behe steps out of the box, quickly back in. 0-1 count to Behe. Hitting .281 on the season. In the dirt, it gets past the catcher, Kennedy, back to the backside. Stop on the first base side. Runners at second and third now for Rockingham County. Prime opportunity for Cole Behe. A .355 average with runners in scoring position. Infield is playing in for Kings Mountain at every position. Going to cut down the runner. Matthews with a long lead at second base. Nobody's going to check him there with the runner on third, so that's just great base running from the fellow seniors. Cut on a miss from Behe, 1-2. He's halfway down to third before Turner even delivers home. Turner will step off the mound. And with the infield in, you might as well. Here's the 1-2. Opposite way, high pop-up. Mason right. Look to make the over-the-shoulder catch in foul territory. Will drop in front of him. Keep it 1-2 for Behe. 3-2 lead for Rockingham County here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Runners on second and third. Infield comes in again at the cut of the grass. Matthews is halfway to third. Hicks stands on third. The 1-2 starts just above the knees. Cuts away from the right-handed hitter and out of the zone to even it up. 2-2. Turner places the back foot on the rubber, third base side, glove in front of his face. Getting ready to offer the 2-2 to the senior Behe. Here's the pitch. Misses with the fastball outside. Again, battling back. These Cougars from a 1-2 count to full. One down, runners on second and third for Behe. Here's the 1-2 from Turner. Misses the plate and drawing it back to a walk is Behe from 1-2. Just smart baseball from Cole Behe today. The sac fly RBI, first pitch swinging in the third. Gets the strikeout in the top of the sixth to get out of there with just 2 runs on the board and keep it a 1-run lead. And then draws the walk after down 1 and 2. So we'll see a switch again now. KJ Bell is back in at short, and Aiden Smith will head back to the dugout. From shortstop. Big opportunity for the senior Nate Revis. Bases full, 1 out. 1-run lead for the Cougars. First pitch swinging, high fly ball into left field. Richards is trying to find it. It drops in front of the center fielder, Hefner. Tagging up to score is Hicks into third, sliding head first. The call safe as Matthews gets into third. Up to second base is Goots, and at first is Revis with the single, the blooper. And a 4-2 lead for Rockingham County, and Brady Ross at the plate. The bases loaded. That one hung up there for a good old, that hang time at a punt, maybe 4 seconds. Hefner worked his way towards left field. It looked like Richards was going to be the one to make the play in left as he headed just a bit towards center. But Hefner got there. It dropped just in front of him. The good old seeing eye. Take them however they come. Hit number 101 in the career of Nate Revis. Looks like we'll have a pitching change for Kings Mountain. With the bases loaded, 1 down. Manager Will Sellers will look to the freshman, KJ Bell. 4-2 lead for the Cougars. 1 run in here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex, round 1 of the 3A West playoffs. Brought to you by our friends at Sandy Cross General Merchandise. Serving the Sandy Cross community, Rockingham County, and surrounding areas of our beautiful Piedmont Triad since 1988. Rockingham County's community store at 164 Boyd Road in the Sandy Cross community of Rockingham County, celebrating our 36th anniversary. Stop by Sandy Cross General Merchandise for fresh ice and local pure brand gasoline with the cheapest price in Rockingham County for 93 non-ethanol. Sandy Cross General Merchandise is also your niece's sausage headquarters with great value for Rockingham County. To find out more about the Log Cabin Store, visit us on Facebook by searching Sandy Cross General Merchandise. KJ Bell on the mound. It's the righty, the freshman. 3-3 on the season. 8 starts, a 3.63 ERA. 36 2/3 innings pitched. 25 hits, 32 walks, 49 strikeouts. Hitters hitting just 179 on the season, but I doubt there's been many times this year where he's entered the game with the bases loaded, 1 out. And one of the hottest hitters in the area at the plate in Brady Ross. Trial by fire for manager Will Sellers, believing in his freshman righty. Bell, number 23, stands tall. Probably about 6'3", 6'4", as a freshman. Be a whole different look. You can tell that Bell offers a bit more velocity on the mound versus starter Wesley Turner. Good start from Turner, the junior. Goes 5 1/3. Gives up 4 earned runs. Bases loaded for the Cougars as Ross digs in on the right side. First pitch from Bell. Off the plate. Bell wanted that call, and he won't get it. 1-0. Ross 8 for 11 before today in the last 4 games. He's 1 for 3 today. hitting .434 on the season. But .467 with runners in scoring position. Oh, nice slider. Drops off the table outside to the righty. Ross swings way under it, even it up 1-1. Buckner is in at third, right off the bag at first and in at the cut of the grass. Infield is fully in. With one down and 1 run already in, here in the 6th inning, a 2-run lead for Rockingham County. Bell will step off the mound. He'll circle his way darn near around the mound and now head on the first base side. We'll place that back cleat, place the glove behind his back, and look into his catcher, Kennedy. Here's the 1-1 from the freshman. In the dirt and low. Actually, I think it's 1-2 now. Setting up outside is the catcher, Kennedy. Bell from the stretch, misses completely. 3-1. Bell wanted that call. It was completely off the plate. 3-1 now for B. Ross from the right side. Cougars at every base, a 2-run lead. Opposite way for Ross and fouled out of play. Work it full now. 2 runs in the third for the Cougars. A 2 RBI double for Hudson Deal. A sacrifice fly and RBI for Cole Behe in the fourth. 1 run in so far. An RBI single for Nate Revis. Here in the 6th, a 4-2 lead for the Cougars. The pitch to Ross. And a run will walk in, an RBI for Ross. Matthews will score in from third. Coach Apple is saying, telling Huddy to go up there and have fun. He's had fun today. A double in the first, a 2 RBI double in the third. One of the best hitters without a doubt here in the 3A West, has the bases loaded. Takes the slider low and outside, 1-0. That's where Bell's trying to work. He's gone there exclusively in his at-bat to Ross. We'll see how he handles Huddy. Bases loaded for the Cougars, 5-2 lead. High pop-up, sky high into the right field territory as Roberts makes the catch, fires one into home plate. The strike, the tag head first, and he's out. What a throw from Roberts on the outfield assist. Gooch slides in head first, but not in time. What a throw from Roberts. Keeps it a 3-run game. 5-2 Cougars as we head to the 7th here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. So it'll be Cole Behe here on the 7th, looking to shut the door. Behe entered with 2 outs. He got a strikeout of Mason Wright. Strikeout number 34 of the season. Hitters hitting just 127 for Behe this season. 12 of his innings worked. The 20 2/3, 12 of those innings, he's got the first 2 outs. He's gone 1, 2, 3 in 8 of his 21 innings this season. Just the guy you asked for out of the pen, Cole Behe, the senior. Only 2 runs for Kings Mountain coming in the 6th inning. They got 2 runs on 2 hits. Grumley giving up those 2 runs, and Cole Behe came in with 2 outs, got the strikeout. And here we are, just 3 outs left for Kings Mountain here in the first round. The winner advances to take on the winner of number 20 North Henderson and number 13 East Lincoln in the second round. Behe gets a fist pound from third baseman Hudson Deal as he heads to the hot corner. And the number 9 hitter starts things off here in the seventh. Lincoln McDaniel, a ground out to second base, or to first base by way of the second baseman, and a ground out to the pitcher in the fifth. Here's the senior Behe. Rakestraw sets up outside, goes there with the fastball, tries to frame it back in. Just misses the zone. Good location. 1-0. Back in the box is McDaniel. Behe works. High fastball outside, 2-0. Defense pretty much straight away, even with the bag at third is Huddy. He'll now take a couple steps in at third base. Rumley plays first, just behind the bag, near the foul line. And just like that, a 3-0 count to McDaniel. The senior Behe, the 3-0. Outside, and a 4-pitch walk for McDaniel to start things off. Just walk number 7 of the season for Behe. So it's back to the top of the order. Luke Hebner, their center fielder, drew a walk in the first. He had a single and a stolen base in the third. He flew out to Nate Revis in the fifth. So from the right side, he faces the righty Behe, run around first. Taken outside, just missing, 1-0. Behe works from the first base side of the rubber. One hand dangles for McDaniel at first base. Here's the offering to the righty. At the letters, outside, 2-0. Cole's going to work and find the zone here. He's issued 6 straight balls. McDaniel with a 2-step lead at first, the 2-0. There it is. Oh. Just misses the zone, 3-0. Behe went outside with that one at the belt buckle. So we'll see if Hebner, the leadoff hitter, is taking all the way. Here's the 3-1. And a second straight 4-pitch walk. Puts runners on first and second. Here comes manager Zach Apple from the dugout. Infield meets on the mound. Rumley gives a pat of the back to the pitcher Behe. You got to talk, though, with lefties due up. Kennedy, the number 2 hitter and the best hitter in the lineup by far. Carter Roberts, the right fielder. 2 up with no out, runners on first and second after back-to-back walks for the senior. 5-2 lead for the Cougars. Here in the 7th, trying to get the final 3 outs of the ball game. Apple offers words of encouragement to his senior. He'll head back to the first base dugout. Infield will play in at the corners at normal depth in the middle infield. Runners on first and second, nobody down. With the lefty Kennedy at the plate, he struck out twice in this one. High fastball inside to Kennedy. Isn't phased by it, takes it all the way, 1-0. This team's going to make you throw a strike. They will not chase. They've shown that throughout this game. Here's the 1-0 from Behe. Oh, I'm not sure where that missed. At the belt buckle inside. 2-0. Lawson Kennedy had a fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the third, and struck out in the fifth. Here's the pitch from Behe, the 2-0, right down the plate for a strike. There it is. Kennedy hitting .315 on the season. From the left side, facing the righty Behe, the 2-1. Inside, got him to go after it, fouls it back on a play. Back in the count is Behe as he steps off the mound to retrieve the baseball from the home plate umpire. 2-2. Behe works from the stretch right side, looks to second, offers home, and fouled back again on the inside fastball. We got a battle here between Kennedy and Behe. Behe takes the baseball from his catcher, Rakestraw. Now turns his back to home plate, heads back to the mound, climbs the hill on the first base side, and gets ready for the 2-2 to Lawson Kennedy. With runners on first and second. Love at the waist, the 2-2. Nice pitch outside, not sure where that one missed. Waist level. Full count, 3-2. Back-to-back walks for Behe, trying to get this hitter here. Kennedy, the 3-2, inside again. That hits off the runner. Hefner, picked up by Rumley. And an out call. A free out. The runner McDaniel was hit into third. He was sent back to second base. And we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Kennedy. It's going to be Vance Johnson in at first base. So runners at first and second now. But instead of no outs, one down. Behe looks to second. Here's the pitch home. Great inside fastball for a strike to the big bopper, Carter Roberts. Hitting .417 on the season. 23 RBIs. He's got runners on first and second. Roberts struck out in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and grounded out to second in the sixth. The 0-1 outside, hangs there, leaves something off of it, and Roberts watches it go by. 0-2. Big pitch here for Cole Behe. Looking for strikeout number 35 on the season and number 2 in the game. And to put Kings Mountain to their final out. Here's the 0-2 from Behe. Goes curveball inside. Rakestraw loses it. It rolls here third base side. The runners are going to move up to second and third. So both now in scoring position. For Roberts. Behe ahead though, 1-2. Roberts from the left side facing the righty Behe. Looks home, the 1-2. Fastball down the plate, it's fouled back. Staying alive as Roberts 1-2. Cougars lead it 5-2. Runners on second and third with Roberts at the plate. 4 home runs, 5 doubles, 23 RBIs on the season for the A&T commit. Setting up inside is Rakestraw on the 1-2. Here comes Behe with the pitch, inside fastball. Going after it, it'll drop in right field, a base hit in front of Matthews. 1 run will score, make it 5-3. Runner advances to third, and now runners at the corners with 1 down in a 5-3 game. So Roberts with the RBI single. First time he's hurt these Cougars. He started things off with back-to-back walks. Got the out when Landon Kennedy hit a line drive to second base, and it hit the runner, Hefner. So now the courtesy runner, Johnson, is at third. Roberts is at first after the RBI. And the first pitch is a strike to the number 4 hitter, Wesley Turner. Had a single and a run scored in the 6th. Walked in his first at-bat in the 1st. But he plays at the cut of the grass at third. Rumley covers at first. Fouled straight back. Ahead is Behe, 0-2. Nice ground ball ends this game. Kings Mountain down to their final 2 outs, but a run on the board here in the 7th. A 2-run game, 5-3. With runners at the corners, runners on the move. Roberts will take it with no throw down to second base. So runners in scoring position take away that double play. 1 down, runners at second and third. Turner from the right side facing the righty Behe. Here's the 1-2. Foul on the line drive straight back to the backstop. It's Bell on deck, Turner at the plate. 1-2 count, 1 downers on second and third. 2-run lead for the Cougars. One more strike gets it to the final out on the board for Kings Mountain left. It's Turner, the number 4 hitter. The 1-2 turns his shoulder on the breaking ball. Strike 3, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 35 of the season. Makes it 1 out away from round number 2. It'll bring up K.J. Bell, the shortstop. Struck out looking in the first, struck out swinging in the third, and had a single in the 6th. He's got runners at second and third. The senior Cole Behe looking to shut the door right here, right now. Here's the pitch from Behe. Goes with that breaking ball just off the plate this time. It got strike 3 in his last pitch. 1-0 for Bell. He looks inside. We'll have a timeout. Look to his catcher and timeout at home plate. 5-3 lead for the Cougars. We're here on the 7th. Runners on second and third for the Mountaineers. The freshman K.J. Bell at the plate. And Cole Behe on the mound offers a strike on the fastball away from the righty. Even it up 1-1. Rakestraw sets up outside again to the freshman. Here's the 1-1. Curveball down the line, first base side. It's fair. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. We're tied. A 2 RBI double for the freshman K.J. Bell. Down the line, first base side. Three runs on the board here in the 7th. So Bell on second base. As Roberts and Johnson come in to score, make it 5-5. Buckner at the plate and takes the first. Thought about checking on the swing. He'll hold up on the pitch down the plate, but high. 1-0. You're just joining us. 5-5. Here in the 7th inning. 2 down. Here's the 1-0. Change, leaving something off. And Buckner wanted to hit that to the moon instead. He'll pick up his bat from behind him. Even count 1-1. Long look at second base for Behe. The 1-1 offering to home plate. Buckner taking all the way out of the crouch. He's Rakestraw to retrieve the baseball out of the zone. Hitters count now 2-1. K.J. Bell, a 2 RBI double to tie this up. He stands at second base, 2 down. 2-1 count to the third baseman, Buckner. Got him to go after it early. Even it up, 2-2. Nice work inside there from Behe. Behe rests the glove, tucked near his armpit. As he looks into his catcher, Rakestraw now puts it at the waist. From the stretch, the 2-2 to Buckner. Outside fastball, painted black, strike 3. Behe gets out of the jam. 3 runs on the board. We're tied heading to the bottom half of the 7th inning here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com.
Buckner strikes out looking for the 3rd out. Summer for Kings Mountain on top of the 7th. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base.
Kings Mountain claws back in this one. At one point down 3-0. They got runners in scoring position in the 1st, in the 2nd, and the 3rd before Nick Rumley shut them down 6 straight in the 4th and the 5th. Then they scored 2 runs in the 6th and 3 there in the 7th to even it up 5-5. But the Cougars have a chance to walk it off here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. And they'll look to the heart of the order to do so. Be Bryson Apple, Luke Strittmatter, and Gage Rakestraw 2 up 4-5-6. And KJ Bell back for his 2nd inning of work. Struggled a bit with command. Issued a walk. Gave up an RBI single and a walk on the RBI in the 6th. The Cougars scoring 2 runs in that 6th inning. They scored 2 in the 6th. 1 in the 4th on a sac fly from Cole Behe, and 2 in the 3rd. The 2 RBI double from Hudson Deal. So here comes Bryson Apple. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, had a single in the 3rd. Shortstop sliding into that 4th spot, hitting 4 for 8 in the Mid-State 3A tourney. With 4 runs scored as that one's off the plate. KJ Bell is putting his hands up, wondering where it is. He wanted that outside part of the plate in his whole outing. Here's Apple at the plate. As the sun fades here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex, bottom half of the 7th inning, evened up 5-5. The sophomore hitting .356 on the season. Can't catch up to the breaking ball. Starts inside and works its way down low in the middle of the plate. 1-2. .474 on base percentage for Apple. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did he hold up? Looks like he did. 1-2. The name of the game in the 7th in a tie ball game in the 1st round of the playoffs, get on base. And Apple has a .474 on base percentage. 14 walks on the season. To go with his ability to hit the baseball. Slider away from the plate. Bell steps off the mound in frustration of the call from the home plate umpire. Now he'll head back and look to the dugout to his manager, Will Sellers. 3-2 the count to the leadoff man, Apple, here in the 7th. 3-2 goes down the plate, just getting a piece, keeping the at-bat alive is Apple. Apple takes the baseball bat, taps it on the top of the front of his batting helmet. Now steps into the box. Payoff on the way from Bell. Here's the pitch to Apple, outside, protecting the plate. Popped up opposite way down the foul line, first base side. Right hustles down the line, dives for it, drops in front of him. And another life for Apple here in the 7th. Three and two. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom half of the 7th inning. The claps start to erupt from the stands and the home dugout. Apple back in the box on the right side, facing the righty Bell, the freshman. The payoff inside, got him. Swinging and missing is Apple. One down, it brings up Luke Stripmatter. He's had 3 hard hit baseballs, all on the ground, yet to reach base. From the right side, facing the freshman Bell. First pitch is a fastball outside for a strike. Got the call he wanted that time, 0-1. 3.63 ERA in 8 starts for Bell. Here's the 0-1. Curveball just catches the inside part for straight 0-2. The righty right back into the box. Bell's 0-2. Whoa, way back to the backstop. That was a Ricky Vaughn heater. One and two. Doesn't phase Stritt though as he stands in the box from the delivery. Bell's 1-2. Curveball into the zone. Popped up high into the outfield and center. Hefner and Roberts will battle for it. Calling off Roberts is Hefner. Shading towards right. In center though to make the catch for the out. So 2 down. It brings up Gage Rakestraw, who had a single in his last at bat. We're tied here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, 5-5. Number 6 hitter at the plate for Rockingham County with 2 down. The change of pace has been definitely tough at times for the Cougars. It started with Turner, a junk ball pitcher, and now hard-throwing Bell in the game. But they made the adjustments in the 6th with 2 runs. Right now, though, a strikeout and a pop fly, and a 1-1 count to Rakestraw with 2 down. Bell shakes off the side from his catcher, Kennedy. Loses at backhand stop and left-handed batter's box for Kennedy. So a hitter's count for Rakestraw, 2-1. Rake a .396 average, but a .508 OBP this season. Here's the 2-1 to Rake, taken all the way. Bell wants to reset the sides as he looks to his manager Sellers. He'll throw the 3-1 down the plate to short. There's a throw from Smith. It gets the out. So 1, 2, 3 they go here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the top half. 3 runs on the board for Kings Mountain. It's 5-5. As we head to the 8th inning here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com, Cole Behe will be on the mound for your Cougars. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Sandy Cross General Merchandise, serving the Sandy Cross community, Rockingham County, and surrounding areas of our beautiful Piedmont Triad since 1988. Rockingham County's community store at 164 Boyd Road in the Sandy Cross community of Rockingham County, celebrating our 36th anniversary. Stop by Sandy Cross General Merchandise for fresh ice and local pure brand gasoline with the cheapest price in Rockingham County for 93 non-ethanol. Sandy Cross General Merchandise, your niece's sausage headquarters with great value for Rockingham County. To find out more about the Log Cabin store, visit us on Facebook by searching Sandy Cross General Merchandise. See if we can get some score updates for you. West Davidson leads Moorhead 4-3 in the 5th, with the Panthers at the plate in the top half of the inning. That'd be a huge win for Moorhead. The number 23 seed taking on the 10 seed. West Davidson with a one-run deficit. The top seed in the 3A West, East Rowan, is defeating Dudley 9-1. West Stokes over East Davidson earlier today. It's softball. So here we go, top half of the 8th inning. 5-5 ball game. Cole Behe's first pitch is taken for a strike as he faces the DH, Cole Graves, the number 7 hitter. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Pop fly to left field. Earlier in the game in the 4th, and a sac bunt in the 2nd, and Behe gets him early. He's ahead 0-2. Setting up outside is Rakestraw, the 0-2 from Behe, almost going after it is Groves. He will hold up 1-2 on the outside fastball. Behe works with nobody on, goes with the breaking ball high and out of the zone, and Groves chases after it for the strikeout. His 4th strikeout here in this relief appearance. And it brings up Mason Wright, the number 8 hitter, who struck out twice and grounded out to short earlier in the game. Cougars looking to hold and head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Walk this thing off. Just outside Behe's fastball. Rakestraw gets clarification on where it missed and gets back to the crouch position. One knee down as the offering comes from Behe. Goes the same spot this time, right? Can't tell his mind not to swing at it. 1-1. Right back outside, set up his Rakestraw this time high, just even with the letters on the chest, and Wright cuts and misses. So again, a 2-strike ahead of the count for Behe as the home plate umpire steps out of position. Wright steps out as well from the right side. Here's a 1-2 from Behe. Got him in a chase on the slider outside, way away from the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cole Behe. Number 5 of the outing.
Strikes out, now batting number 8, Lincoln McDaniel on deck. Number 7.
Brings up the number 9 hitter, Lincoln McDaniel, with 2 down. Grounded out near first. Revis fielded and got it to the pitcher, Rumley, in the 2nd. A ground out to the pitcher in the 5th. And a walk on 4 straight pitches in the 7th to help set up that 3-run 7th inning as a leadoff hitter in that half frame. 5-5 ball game. Number 4 versus number 29. Popped up high down the line. It goes towards the dugout, and Rakestraw makes the play on the first base side. 3 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Behe. A defensive play behind the plate for Gage Rakestraw. We head to the bottom half of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody reaches. Rockingham County trying to head home with a win and into round 2. They are tied up 5-5 as we head to the bottom half of the inning here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Score update that matters to this one. The winner of this game will face number 20 North Henderson and number 13 East Lincoln winner. In the bottom half of the 5th, North Henderson leads number 13 East Lincoln 4-2. Here in extras, bottom half of the 8th. 5-5 ball game as Nick Rumley sets to hit He had a single in the second, a double in the fourth. Hit a fly out to right field in the sixth. So here we go, bottom half of the eighth, 5-5. And returning to the mound is the freshman, K.J. Bell. Rumley pulls back the bunt attempt with nobody out and nobody out. It forces Buckner to hustle down the line here on the third base side, but he pulls it back, 1-0. So now Buckner will play in at the cut of the grass. We'll see if that was just a setup. Inside to Rumley to set up the at-bat for the righty, now 2-0. Buckner is going to move back to even with the bag at third, and the rest of the infield will play straight away. Pretty deep middle infield, second baseman McDaniel is in at the cut of the grass. Here's the 2-0 from Bell. Late strike call from the home plate umpire. 2-1. From the delivery, the 2-1 pitch to Rumley. Even it up, 2-2. Going back to that outside part, that is where especially Bell has lived in his relief appearance. Here's the 2-2 from Rumley. Calls strike three on the fastball. Just above the knees, outside, well away from the plate, at least from this vantage point. Brings up the senior right fielder, Carter Matthews. Had a single and a run scored in the sixth. Pitch gets back to the backstop, 1-0. So we'll try and keep you updated on that score. In the bottom of the fifth, North Henderson, the number 20 seed, 4. Number 13, East Lincoln, the Mustangs, 2. Right now, we're evened up here in extras. Bottom half of the eighth inning, one down. The pitch to Matthews, hit hard to third base off the glove of Buckner, and it will roll into the outfield in left. A single for Matthews. It'll bring up Cole Behe. Hard hit baseball down the line. And now Matthews with decent speed at first base. As Bell steps off the mound and Cole Behe steps up to the plate. The senior with a sac fly RBI in the fourth. Drew a key walk in the sixth inning. Part of that two-run sixth. So Matthews puts the slide protector on at first. Behe stands in on the right side and takes it outside on the fastball, 1-0. 5-5 ball game here in the bottom half of the eighth inning. One down, a runner on first base is Matthews. With Behe at the plate, throw back, snap back throw from the pitcher. And the tag from right, but way in time is Matthews. So Matthews takes 2 steps at first base after the pickoff move. Secondary lead, the pitch is a strike, catches the outside part. On the late biting slider, 1-1. Matthews with 12 stolen bases on the season. We'll see how aggressive Zach Apple is from the dugout. Behe puts the bunt attempt. It was a drag bunt attempt. Baseball was on the outside part of the zone. And it'll be a strike, 1-2. He couldn't get to it. Tried to push it down the first base side from the right side of the batter's box. 1-2 count, one down, runner on first is Matthews. Takes a step to the cut of the grass. Covering is right at first, the throw back. The tag on the just behind the helmet is not in time. Matthews is safe. Back to the pitcher, Bell, who works from the stretch first base side. The pitch to home plate, breaking ball above the belt buckle at the numbers, called for strike 3. It brings up the leadoff hitter, Nate Revis, an RBI Texas League single in the sixth, a walk in the third, and a run scored. Matthews shuffles the feet at first, pitch out. Matthews holds up at first base, 1-0. So Revis back on the box on the right side, hitting .424 on the season. Here's a 1-0. Curveball down the plate, opposite way, down the line, foul. Good piece of hitting. Just ahead of it was Revis. Ripped it down the line and right, but in foul territory. So back to first for Matthews, who is on the horse. One and one the count to the senior Revis at the top of the order. Throw back to first again. They're worried about Matthews. And it's 12 stolen bases on the season. It's a third throw back to first. A.J. Bell from the stretch puts the baseball in the glove. A 1-1 count, 2 down. The pitch to Revis gets over the glove of the catcher Kennedy all the way back to the backstop. At second, rounding it is Matthews. He's in scoring position now with 2 outs. Something out in the outfield wins this game for Nate Revis. He's ahead 2-1. Bell walks back to the mound after getting the baseball from his catcher. His second wild pitch. Freshman waits for his catcher, Kennedy, behind home plate. Now our home plate umpire sets Revis in the box on the right side. Runner on second base, 2-1 count. 2 down, tie ball game. Here are extras. Here's the pitch to Revis, outside. Power swing, tried to go opposite way to drive the run in. Couldn't quite connect with the Bell fastball outside. We're evened up 2-2. Decent lead for Matthews at second base. Bell looks over there, nobody covering though. Here's the 2-2. High cheese, got him to go after it, strike 3. So runner stranded at second base. The Cougars get no runs. On 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're heading to the 9th inning. All knotted up, 5-5 here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex.
No runs and 1 left on base.
Thanks for listening in to round 1 of the NCHSAA 3A West playoffs. If you're just joining us, the Cougars and the Mountaineers tied up at 5 apiece. It'll be Cole Behe back to the mound here for the 9th inning. All 5 runs for Kings Mountain coming in the final 2 innings, in the 6th and the 7th. For Rockingham County, they spread them around. They had 2 in the third, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. It'll be the top of the order, due up for Kings Mountain, a team hitting .272 on the season. But their leadoff hitter, Luke Hevner, has reached base 3 of the 4 times he's been to the plate. Hevner will get some last-second advice from his manager, Will Sellers, who heads over to third. And we get ready for the top half of the 9th inning. 5-5, round 1, playoff baseball. Does it get better than this? Behe with 2 strikeouts in the 8th. He's got 5 in his appearance so far, through 2 1/3. High breaking ball outside to start the at-bat, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Check swing down the plate at the letters. A no call from the home plate umpire. Gage Rakestraw asked for the appeal down on the first base side. The umpire won't even acknowledge him. Oh, there he goes, and he says no swing. 2-0. He works from the delivery, the 2-0 to the leadoff hitter, Hevner. He takes that one for a strike. Catches the outside part of the plate. Hevner on the season hitting .351. Ooh, high fastball outside. Went after it. Could not catch up. We're evened up in this at-bat, 2-2. He looks up for strikeout number 6. Righty versus righty here in the 9th. The pitch from Behe, breaking ball, chases after it, and as it hits the dirt, Rakestraw picks it up and throws it down the line. Strikeout number 6 for Cole Behe here in the 9th to start things off. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Lawson Kennedy, who struck out swinging in the 3rd and looking in the 5th. He hits from the left side. These are the 2 guys you got to watch out for, Kings Mountain, Kennedy and Roberts. Roberts on deck. First pitch from Behe. Ooh, nice pitch at the waist, inside, around the plate, but it's called the ball 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to Behe. Down the plate, popped up, third base side. Hudson Deal calls everybody off in foul territory and makes the catch for out number 2. And it brings up Carter Roberts. He was held hitless up to the 7th inning when he had an RBI single. The A&T commit from the left side struck out looking in the 1st, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and grounded out to 2nd in the 6th before that RBI single in the 7th. Part of that 3-run 7th inning to get us to extras. So Behe faces him. First pitch outside, fastball for a strike. Roberts wanted nothing to do with that pitch. As far as we've seen, Roberts doesn't like to go the opposite way from the left side. Setting up outside is Rakestraw, fouled straight back off the tip of the bat, and an 0-2 count for Behe. Behe walks back to the top of the mound. First base side, an 0-2 count to the lefty Roberts. Behe works from the delivery. The 0-2, it's just fouled off. That actually benefits Rockingham County because that would have been a swinging 3rd strike that got back to the backstop. It would have most likely put Roberts at first base. So 0-2 for Behe, 2 down here in the top half of the 9th. Inside fastball, foul down the line, first base side. Good contact from Roberts, but keep it 0-2. Behe looks into his catcher Rakestraw, who sets up outside to the lefty. The 0-2, breaking ball, just misses the plate below the belt. And it cut into the strike zone. 1-2. Behe accepts the sign. The 1-2 offering, same spot. Breaking ball this time, it's hit hard into the outfield in center, a base hit for Roberts. Thought about second. Quickly, Stripmatter gets it in to Revis at second. Roberts will hold at first. So a single with 2 outs brings up Wesley Turner. A walk in the first inning for Turner, a single and a run scored in the 6th. He struck out in his last at-bat. That was facing Cole. Cole Behe in relief. Came in the 6th with 2 down, got the strikeout to get onto the half inning. So far, 6 strikeouts. You got the first 2 outs of this half inning. A pop fly to foul territory, a strikeout to start things. Now he's got to run around first after the single from Roberts. First pitch cuts inside to the righty Turner for a strike. What a beautiful pitch from Behe. 0-1. Turner taps home plate with the bat. Now rested on the shoulder as Behe works from the stretch, runner on first. And stepping off is Behe on the backside of the mound. Roberts has decent speed too. 17 stolen bases on the season. That hangs in the zone. The breaking ball hit hard to center field. Making the catch is strip matter on the line drive to center field. Put one hand behind the glove and made the fundamental play, but he makes it look so good every time. So no runs on one hit, no errors, one left on base. Good job by Cole Behe and his defense behind him. A pop fly down the third base line, foul territory, catch from Hudson Deal, and the line drive play by Stripmatter in center field for the third out of the top half of the ninth inning. We head to the bottom half, 5-5 here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. So all it will take is one run here in extras, a 5-5 ball game. You're on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. Number 4, Rockingham County. Number 29, Kings Mountain. In his third inning of work, it'll be K.J. Bell, the freshman righty. Here in the ninth, be the number 2 hitter, Brady Ross, followed by Hudson Deal and Bryson Apple. Be interesting to see how they approach, depending on what Brady does, how they approach Huddy, heading second here in extras. There's a pitch from Bell, going opposite way as Ross, but a bit early. He'll follow it out of play. 0-1. Brady Ross today, a line drive out to right field in the first, a run scored and a single in the third, and a walk-in RBI in the sixth. Again, the wild pitch above the catcher on the fastball, 1-1. His third wild pitch, Bell, back to the backstop on the fastball. Ross stands in on the right side, glove in front of the pitcher. K.J. Bell works from the delivery. Ooh, that's a nasty cutter. Away from the righty. Catches the zone, though, just above the knees. 1-2 for Ross. Bell right back to work. The 1-2 opposite way into right field. Roberts is on his horse. He'll make the routine play midway between the foul pole and center field. Roberts is a player, man. He's made routine plays out there in right. He's made a diving catch. He's been good at the plate. A&T's getting a good one. But you know who's a good one? Number 15, Hudson Deal. 2 doubles in this one, 2 RBIs. RBIs number 40 and 41 on the season earlier in this game in the third. Came into this one second in the 2A West in average with 557 average. Second on OBP, 656. His 5 home runs ranked third in the 3A West. His 39 RBIs ranked second. His slugging percentage is first, a 1.056 slugging percentage. And now a 23-game hit streak. Here's a 1-0 to Huddy. He takes that one. 2-0. Huddy shrugs the shoulders. Rests them. Flips out his arms. Now sets at the plate. Here's a 2-0. Just early was Huddy. It rolls back. First base side to the fence in foul territory. Hitter count now for Huddy, 2-1. Bell works from the delivery, the 2-1. Big cut from Huddy. Shakes his head after missing it on the outside fastball. Walks to the left side batter's box, now completely out of the dirt and around home plate. Now he'll step back in on the right side. 2-2 count, one down, 5-5 ball game, bottom half of the ninth inning. High fastball, and he went after it. Bell gets the strikeout. Brings up Bryson Apple, the number 4 hitter. A single in the third, hit by a pitch in the fifth. So base is empty. First 2 down. And Bryson Apple at the plate. 5-5 ball game, bottom half of the ninth. Started with the slider. It breaks right down the middle of the plate, taken by Apple 0-1. Nasty late bite from the freshman Bell. Works from the delivery with nobody on. The 0-1 way outside. Even it up 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Bell. Opposite way, trying to go with it is Apple. It's fouled out of play behind home plate. Pitch is down the plate. Sky high pop up first base side. Mason right in foul territory. It hits off of his glove and hits the grass. Second life is the best life in the game of baseball. Bryson Apple has another strike. So 1-3 back in the box. Here's the pitch from Bell, low and outside. Back to the fence, nobody on, doesn't hurt nothing, but wild yet again is Bell. KJ Bell works from the delivery, facing the number 4 hitter, Apple. He'll call time. Steps out of the box for just a second. Exhales, now back in from the right side. Facing the righty freshman. Here's the 2-2. Opposite way, that's hit hard into right field and right there into the glove of Roberts for another putout as we head to the 10th inning. 5-5 here on Roco Radio and RocoRadio.com. The 10th inning belongs to senior Cole Behe, who came in with 2 outs in the 6th inning. He held the Mountaineers to just 2 runs there, came in after the 2 runs were given up and got the strikeout to get out of the half frame. A.J. Bell with a 2 RBI double. 3 runs scored, an RBI single from Carter Roberts in the 7th, evened it up at 5-5. Since then, Behe has been on cruise control. 2 strikeouts in the 8th and a pop fly, a strikeout in the 9th, a pop-up in foul territory, and a pop-up to center field. A valuable Swiss Army weapon for manager Zach Apple this season, the senior Cole Behe. On the offensive side, a sac fly RBI in the 4th. It's those type of guys you look to in playoff games. And sometimes you have freshmen like this guy emerge who's been strong on the mound in relief of Wesley Turner, who had a good start. But KJ Bell at the plate, the number 5 hitter, started off striking out looking and a strikeout swinging in the 1st and 3rd, but a single in the 6th, part of that 2-run 6th, and then the 2 RBI double in the 7th. Righty versus righty. Here's the pitch from Behe. Fastball outside part. That's the way to start the at-bat. 0-1. Behe with 6 strikeouts so far. And it's 3 1/3. Curveball high, hangs in the zone. High pop-up to center field. Strip matter is automatic with that. 1 down.
Batting flies out to center field for the first out. Now batting number 4, Cole Groves. And that number 10, Mason Wright.
Brings up Jordan Buckner, the third baseman in the 6th spot, a single in the 2nd. He got all the way to third base but didn't score. Sac fly, RBI in the 6th for Buckner. Slider cuts in to the righty. Handcuffs him. 0-1. Buckner struck out looking in his last at-bat in the 7th. Drops in the zone, the breaking ball inside. Swinging on top of it is Buckner. He's down 0-2. 1 down here in the top half of the 10th inning. 5-5 ball game here in extras in round 1. The 0-2 from Behe. Outside, Buckner takes all the way. 1-2. Here's a 1-2. Behe goes outside with the slider. Buckner chases, and strikeout number 7 of the outing for Cole Behe in relief. 2 down. Brings up Cole Groves, the DH. He struck out in his last at-bat. A pop fly to left field in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd to put runners in scoring position. Behe goes outside with the fastball painted black. 0-1. Behe attacks the zone. That's what makes him so strong. Out of the pen this season and in his 2 starts for Rockingham County. Sets up on the first base side with the 0-1. Goes inside with the breaking ball. Groves just watch it as it settles in underneath his hands for a strike. 0-2. Here we go, Cole. Time called at home plate from Groves. 7 strikeouts for Behe. Just struck out Buckner. Can he make it back-to-back? The 0-2, strike 3, down the plate. Early on it is Groves, number 8 on the game. We head to the bottom half of the 10th inning. 5-5 here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. It's the first round of the 3A West playoffs here on Roco Radio. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody reaches base. A pop fly to start things, and back-to-back strikeouts for Cole Behe. As we head to the 10th, 5-5. McMichael gets the win over Brevard in round 1. Jonathan Hatley in the comments. The man, the myth, the legend says over at McMichael, Lindsey Redmond pitched the complete game, 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. She also hit a solo shot in the 4-1 win as they advance to round number 2. We got a score update. The winner of this one will face the winner of number 20 North Henderson and number 13 East Lincoln in the 2nd round. That game is in the top of the 7th. Guess what? That one is tied as well, 4-4. Checking some other scores. Number 10, West Davidson leads it 4-3 in the top half of the 7th inning over Moorhead. Zach Grogan at the plate in that 1-run game. So we'll keep you up to date on the scores as we can when we head to the bottom half of the 10th inning here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Back to the mound is the freshman K.J. Bell, who's looked good.
Lead things off for Rockingham in the bottom of the 10th. Number 1, Luke Stripmatter.
Brings up Luke Stripmatter.
Gage Rakestraw.
Number 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cougars. Following Stritt, it's Rakestraw and Rumley. Luke from the right side. First pitch gets back to the backstop. Wide. To the righty, 1-0. Here's a 1-0. Outside again and low, 2-0. To number 1, Luke Stripmatter. Hitting .302 on the season, a .470 on base percentage. Reached safely in all 11 games since the start of April. Takes for ball 3, 3-0. Looking to keep that alive here in this at-bat. In extras, bottom half of the 10th inning. All knotted up at 5. 3-0 the count from K.J. Bell. The righty offers, bunt pulled back. It's taken for a strike at the waist. 3-1. Stritt looks down to the third base side. Here's the 3-1. Takes inside on the fastball, and he'll head to first base. Extend that streak. Since April 1st. A leadoff walk here in the 10th. He's reached in all 12 games since April 1st. Speaking of 12 Gage is at the plate. The catcher, Gage Rakestraw, had a single in the 6th inning. Stritt at first with speed. He has 15 stolen bases on the season. You really learn a lot about a coaching staff based on how aggressive they are in tight moments like this. You hate to take away at-bats, too, from your offense, one of the best offenses in the 3A. Run attempt from Rakestraw, down the first base line. It rolls, stays fair, down the first base side. The throw from Bell is in time, but the job is done by Gage Rakestraw. Move the runner in scoring position. What a bunt. It just rolled and hanged on the first base line like glue. The sacrifice puts a runner on second base. And a courtesy runner. Nope, we'll hold up. Rake gets high fives from everybody in the dugout as Nick Rumley sets up at the plate. A single in the 2nd, a double in the 4th. Struck out looking in his last at-bat in the 7th. Stritt stands on second base. Now he takes a lead as Bell looks in to his catcher, Kennedy. Here's the offering, the first pitch of the at-bat. Way late strike call on the off-the-plate pitch. 0-1. Rumley rests the bat on his shoulders, now picks it up as he awaits the 0-1 from Bell. That one's in the dirt, outside. Good stop by Kennedy. That kept the runner straight at second base. That was deep into the ground and digging it out. What's the catcher to keep it in front of him? Even count, 1-1. Stritt claps his hands at second base, gets a secondary lead. Here's the pitch from Bell. Off the plate again this time. Another strike. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Rumley. On the move is Stritt. Gets that secondary running lead, and it's fouled on a play. So one down, runner on second base. Luke Stripmatter getting on base with a walk to lead things off. A sacrifice bunt from Gage Rakestraw puts him in scoring position. Nick Rumley at the plate, the number 7 hitter, with a 1-2 count, 5-5 ball game here in extra innings. Opposite way through the hole at second base. Running third is Stritt. He's heading in home. Here's a throw in from Roberts. It's a bullet. The slide head first. He's safe under the tag of the catcher Kennedy. Straight Matter scores an RBI game winner. A walk-off for Nick Rumley. We're heading to the second round. 6-5 Cougars. Strick got on his horse from second base. Rumley did what he needed to do. Went opposite way. The hole opened up at second base. It got through. Roberts, who already had an assist in the outfield and gunned a man home, made a strong throw to home plate. You couldn't ask for more from your right fielder. But Stritt sliding head first underneath the tag from the catcher Kennedy and scores to make it 6-5. What a game. Survive and advance, that's what it's about. So Rumley, who got the start, goes strong. Then gets the game winner at the plate. Strittmatter with the run score. As he approaches that county record of runs scored in a season, that's his 41st run scored of the year. And the most important one gets us to the second round. And how about the relief appearance from Cole B? He gets 8 strikeouts, enters the game in the bottom half of the 6th with 2 outs, gets the strikeout to get out of the 6th. Kings Mountain claws back. They get 3 runs to make it 5-5 in the 7th. A 2 RBI double from KJ Bell and an RBI single from Carter Roberts. From then, it's been a battle back and forth as Nick Rumley gets dumped with water from Bryson Apple. And his jersey's soaked now. The walk-off single opposite way for the righty through the hole at second base. Wins it as Strittmatter rounds second after the walk and the sacrifice. That's smart baseball. Rakestraw with nobody down. Gets Stritt to second base on a beautiful bunt down the line, first base side that was glued to the line and stayed fair. It moved the runner in scoring position and set up the walk-off. So the Cougars live to round number 2. They'll take on the winner of number 20, North Henderson, and number 13, East Lincoln. See if we can find the score from that one for you before we head off. It is still even at 4-4, according to Game Changer, in the bottom of the 7th inning. How about the coaching from manager Zach Apple? At the key time, he went to Cole Behe in the 6th. Got the strikeout to get out of the 6th. In the 7th, Cole faced some trouble, gave up the 2 RBI double, the RBI single. Didn't waver, though, and stuck with the senior, who got 8 strikeouts in the following innings to give his team a chance. And then in the bottom half of the 11th, or in the bottom half of the 10th, after a walk from Luke Strittmatter and a sacrifice bunt from Gage Rakestraw, Nick Rumley went opposite way. A hard hit ground ball through the hole at second base. And rounding third, Luke Strittmatter sends his team into the second round. Final score 6-5 in the bottom half of the 10th inning here on Roadco Radio and RoadcoRadio.com. Looking forward to Friday. We'll bring you that coverage. We'll have other coverage on Friday. Not yet sure where we will be or who we will cover in game number 2. We know we'll be here for game number 2 for Rockingham County. We'll have that coverage for you on Facebook starting most likely with your pregame show at 5:30. Games slated to start at 7, but a lot of times with these teams making the travel, they like to start a little bit early at 6 o'clock. So we'll either be here with you from Sam Jones Baseball Complex starting at 5:30 or at 6:30 on Friday. There's a good chance we might be here for both games as the softball squad moves on to the second round, and they'll be at home in the second round. We'll keep you up to date. We'll let you know at facebook.com/Radio Rockingham. What a ride, what a joy, what a privilege to bring you this play-by-play story. In the 10th, it's Nick Rumley walking off his Rockingham County Cougars into round number 2, a 6-5 win over Kings Mountain here in round 1. Take care, everybody. We'll be back on the airwaves on Friday here from Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Until then, take care, everybody.